So what's going on, folks? How's it going? Welcome to Friday TGIF. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. So just getting started, just putting stuff together. So I'm kind of reaching a bit of a quandary here at the moment. My to-do list is shrinking significantly, but a couple of things I need to address are still pending. So I noticed something, and I mean this is like super subtle, but when I was showing you guys this stuff before the other day on Wednesday, I was showing you the leaderboard stuff, right? And what I noticed, and I didn't think about it until after the fact, I was too busy chatting away like usual. But what I noticed is the fact that I see four names here, but I've got a lot more players than this. So I went digging, and I found some answers on Kombu. Once again, that's the player data plugin that I'm using. Excuse me. And I found someone else had the same problem, and it sounds like the solution is upgrading the server, which unfortunately I wasn't having much success doing. So so I threw off an email on that, and the guy that actually made the plugin, he actually responded right before I went live, so that's fantastic. It looks like I could do some tinkering on my remote machine, which is, obviously handling all the multiplayer stuff. But man, okay, I know I've sung the praises of Kombu way too much already, but that's some fast response, so that's cool. It is something that I need to address, but I don't think it's anything that I want to subject you guys to, because it's probably going to be a lot of digging around and figure out what I need to do on that. But one of the things I did work on yesterday, and I don't know, it's another one of those things that I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but when I was doing the online multiplayer game, one of the things I noticed was that the actual mascots that were popping up weren't totally correct. So I tracked that one down too. That one was a little bit of a pain to figure out, but got that one straight as well too. So that was another bug that I got squashed. Actually, I can just fire this up real quick. I'll just do one so I can show you guys. Let me go into my documents. Here we go. Builds. PC. Valley Village. Alright. So, and as I was saying before, what it's doing is kind of like throwing up more of like random, the random villagers, which was not correct. But let me do this. Alright. Oh, actually, let me check. You know what? Let me see who I actually have assigned here. So I'll select my villagers here. Okay, so we got the female warrior for this one. And then over here, let's come back out. Select villagers, and we have the male warrior. I'm going to change it to the wizard just because I want to. Okay, so on the editor side, we should see the wizard pop up, and then on the other side, we should see the female warrior. Let's go online game. Let me switch this back. Online game, and then I'll do, let's see, I'll do this one and then this one, and they find each other. Yeah, there you go, perfect. Oh, you know what? Something just occurred to me. That is something I do want to tweak. Excuse me. Is the wizard character? Yeah, if you noticed, his cloak is purple, and originally I had some of the characters just dressed out in different colors, but once I started realizing I needed to keep it uniform with the red and blue theme, that's when I kind of started doing that with all the characters and introducing the specific colors. But for him, I never actually got around to fixing his cloak, his robe, so that's actually not a bad thing to start with. I think that's what I'll do right now. So, and then of course, yeah, he banned in the match, so he actually wins. And once again, there's my server time, which so far, I'm hoping that change I made on AWS that's supposed to unify all times is working, because it hasn't broken yet. But it's such a rare occurrence that I don't know if it's just I've actually fixed it, or if it just hasn't reared its ugly head again yet. Time will tell. But so far everything's been in sync. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I had this strange occurrence where in AWS, on extremely rare occasions, one of the players would have an offset of their time about like almost a full second, right? And then the way my game works, when I fire shots, it's all pre-made firing. So I work off the server, right? So that way, in case the other guy picks up the information late, it just can snap in place based off of the server time. You know, so when you fire, it gives rotation, velocity, and server time. But that one 1 second difference was completely throwing it off. So, you know, and it hasn't done it since. But once again, time will tell if it's just one of those things that my little fix I did on AWS actually addressed it, or if it's just a matter of it just hasn't come up with that randomness yet. So we'll see. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and bounce back over here into Photoshop. That was my combo stuff. Okay, and let me load up the wizard. And I need to do one for the red and the blue. So let me come into my Poly Village folder. And let me go into Images, Characters, Medieval. And this will be a wizard. There you go. Yep, and there's that purple cloak. And then I should hopefully have a blue overlay on this as well. Oop, maybe I don't. Huh, I may have actually just sort of gone in and shifted the hue. This is the PSD with the split out layers, but I may have actually done this with the, with the blue. I just went in and changed, the PNG, which is kind of foolish. I should have gone back to the PSD so I could have it all in the same place, but here's what we'll do. We'll just hack this together. Paint that. Alright, and then what I need to do is get rid of everything except the blue. Yeah. So let me select all this. All I want to do is get the blue components. I mean, I don't have to necessarily delete all the other stuff, but if I ever make any changes to the rest of it, this one would override it. Unless I could throw it to the bottom, but you know what? I think this is just a much cleaner way to deal with this. Excuse me. It shouldn't take me too long to get all this blue stuff selected. And then what I'm going to do is actually grab the purple robe textures and just do a hue shift so I can match it up with the red and the blue here in just a moment. Be delicate in my selection here. So what's going on with you guys? How's it going today? Ready for the weekend? I think I am. No, I know I am. Although when you're self-employed, making your own games, weekends kind of become sort of a nebulous concept, because if I'm not working on other specific things, you know, like, you know, the wife has a list of stuff that needs to be done in the house. If I'm not doing that, then I'm usually just working away on the game. So, you know, I don't know, it's kind of a strange thing. Sometimes you lose track of which days are which. Alright, good. So, now at this point, you can see I have... There he goes. So, I got rid of all the other stuff, so I have the blue there, so I'll just label that blue. Good. Alright. So that's good, and then what I want to do now is... I'm going to do 2 iterations of this. Oh, let's see, is that... Oh, man. Alright, so I got shading, but it's also purple shading, so... Let me turn that off for a second and figure out which, and then that's the base there. So, alright, to try and make this clean, what I'm going to do is create a couple different folders here. Actually, I guess I can not worry about it because the purple's going to be going away. So I only need to do this twice. So, red. I'll call that red base, and then I'll duplicate it and make a blue base. Something like that. Red base, blue base. Alright. Call it red shading, and then I'll do one, of course, for blue shading. Alright, and then I'll put that. You know, I can leave it right there. That's fine. So put him there. There. So I got him paired up. Okay. I'll turn off the shading here for a second so I can get straight at this. Alright. So now I'm just going to select. Oops. Put it here tighter. This is pretty much just overlay. Just overrun on the texture, but I'm just being a little protective here because I don't know how much the bitmaps will actually reach out beyond. So I'm just playing it safe there. Just trying to keep it as tight as possible. Like that. Come up here. Just bang through this real quick. Alright. So hopefully it'll just be as simple as just doing a hue shift and getting it to match what I have with the red, so I don't have to do anything more complicated than that. So let's see if I can do copy paste, and it shifts it. Of course it shifts it. If I do it this way, then I can make it easier to do both versions, the red and the blue versions. Alright, I think that's spot on. Alright. So now I can just remove that red. This is just a base version. So I have like red robe and a blue robe. Just like that. Okay. So, let's see if we can line this up best we can. So, here's the top of the hat. This is the underside, so we won't try and reference that, but hat and some of the rest of the, I think that's part of the body, something else. I think it's just, actually, no, that's the top of the hat. That's the hat point at the top there. So, that's what we're going to use as our reference. So, image, adjustment. Come over to hue. Let's see what we can do here. Uh-oh. Alright, this may not be as easy as I want it to be. Alright. Not gonna help. So, oh, we got a little more here too. So let me... That's the end. Ah, crud. That's the end of the sleeve right here. I forgot to grab this one before. But what I'll do is I'll just do a fill. And then hopefully the shading, I can make that work with the with the hue shift on that instead. So let me copy. Oh, come up to the base. Go copy, paste. Hey, did it leave it exactly in place? That'd be nice. Nope, it didn't. I don't know why Photoshop likes to offset it when you do a copy paste. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we'll call this, let me duplicate it, and then we'll merge it with the proper ones. So, merge. Ah. Rename it. Blue robe. Do this on top so it keeps the naming the way I want it to. Merge layers. Red robe. Okay. Let's get this red. I think right there looks like the base. We'll try that. Selection. Ooh. Really? Oh, because I'm paying on top of that. My mistake. Oh no, that's still looking terrible. Oh, let's see. No, actually, it should be. Huh. That's some strange stuff right there. Oh, because of the blue. Oh, that's why I had the blue robe active. I think that's why. Let's see if that's right. Nope. What the heck? There's something above it that's causing that? I'm gonna throw it way up here. Huh. 100%, 100%. To opacity, normal. That is totally strange. See, I just say current layer. See if I can get. See if that helps. No. Oh, what's really bizarre is actually he's doing that one correctly, but this one, I gotta have something above it that's throwing it off. Red shading? No. No, but he's on top. That is so bizarre. Alright, let me get rid of some of this other stuff. I'll go ahead and version the scene up. The file. I'll version that up. And let me clear some of this stuff out. Okay, we'll leave that. Why should we leave that? Blue, red. We'll kill you too. Robe. Base. Alright. And I'll throw those in the trash can. Alright, what I'm going to do is just hide everyone. That's weird. I guess something about the way I had the selection going, that it selected it but as like a small percentage of transparency. Okay, that one's a new one on me. I'm not sure how that happened, but that's fine. If I just have to hit fill several times, we'll just go that route. Let me come back into history. Bring him back. Okay, so now we know what the issue is, so I'll just leave those other layers intact. Get rid of him. Alright. This is red robe. There. I'm just going to keep clicking like crazy to make sure that it gives that the full red. No idea why it's doing that. Something about that selection set right there is just a semi-transparent. No biggie. Okay. Alright, so since I'm here, I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. Let's see. Give me one sec here. Yep. Alright. Okay. So, here's my blue robe. Kill everything out of there. Alright. So now I want to go back to selection. I want to make sure that I select all layers. Since that was not the culprit. It was the selection set for whatever reason. Get a similar shade. I'm going to do the same area up here, so that should be perfect. Now we do blue robe. Yeah, same thing. Okay, well, that fixes it. Excuse me. Okay, good. So the next thing we got to address is the shading, which you can see is in a lovely shade of purple there. Hit Control S. Get rid of our selection set. That's okay. Image adjust. Let's go over to hue. That's so strange. I'm not seeing any red in there anywhere. That is totally bizarre. The pump of the saturation, does it come up? No. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's just super tight in there. There it is. Okay, I just had to really blow out the saturation. So, like 80. Can push up to 80, just be consistent. Nice round number. Okay, we'll try that. Go 80 and 59. Okay. So, why is that? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do the shift on him now. Crank that to 80. See if we do the same. Oof. No, we don't. All right. Wow. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna get there. It's close, but not quite. It's more of a lighter, like this. There it is. Yep, I think that's it. Good. Okay. So let's save this giant monstrosity, and then we'll export the PNGs for the, oh, what is that? Really? Okay, I need the hat there too. The underside of the hat is red? That's not right. Alright, let me load up the model real quick, because that doesn't seem right at all. Figure out where that UV is actually attached to. Give me 1 second here. Let's see, characters, Middle Ages, wizard. Really? Scenes, characters, Middle Ages, wizard, building. Okay, now I'm totally confused. Where did I stash all my stuff? Scenes, characters, Middle Ages, wizard. Get my my scenes and no exports. The icon pose. That's strange. Did I just export it directly into the... Huh. Okay. Just trying to find an NFBX for the low poly wizard, and the only thing I think of is that I was exporting them directly into the Unity folders, which is kind of nutty. But I was tired. And when I was doing this, it was back in LA. You know, after hours, after the freelance stuff. And this is the high-res one. You know, I guess it'd be the same. Yes. Really? Alright. I was being a jerk about this. And I don't have 3D Coat installed on here yet, so... Alright. Let me try one last thing. This is objects, characters, Middle Ages, wizard. There he goes. Okay. There. That's what I wanted. That was too hard, wasn't it? Alright, switch to UV. Now we can figure out what we got going on here. Yeah, so that is the underside of the hat. So that's terrible. So that means the blue wizard, the underside of his hat is actually red right now? That can't be right. I wouldn't have been that nutty. Would I? Let's see. That's got 5. Get that 2D. Yep. That is totally wrong. Look at that. Wow, I have not noticed that until just now. He's like a wizard double agent, you know. He's for the blue team, but secretly he's for the red team. Okay. Oh, mercy. Okay, so... okay, so let me correct that, too. And then I'm assuming... Yeah, oh shoot. This is... Oh, okay. I've got a texture there. That little red thing there, but nothing's picking it up. So I'm going to just ignore that. Unless it's the high-res blue one. Ooh, let me check that too. No, it just does not like the high-res character. Thank you, Lightwave. Thank you much. Okay. So then we will not do that. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get him switched. So, red is fine. But we need to do a version for the blue. So we'll do it this way. Just kill everything except for that. This underside of the hat here. So just select the hat, do inverse, and delete. So I have it in place right from the get-go. There you go. Select inverse, delete, all that goes away. Alright. Okay, so we gotta fix that too, the red shading. Okay. Hat underside red. I have a hat underside blue. And then red shading, let's see if I can move that down here. Good. Let's up and go. Blue shading. Alright, turn this off for a moment so I can just focus on this guy. Alright, so this is the red, so hopefully it's going to be a lot easier just to do a hue shift and get this working correctly. Hue saturation. You know what? I'm not going to kill myself. This worked before. I'll just go this route. Alright. Select that. Paint it. Be done with it. Good. And then fix this blue shading. Nice. Alright, that was easier. Alright, so now we should be okay. Let's double check. So yeah, we got everything done blue. The shades are pretty much the same. And then the underside is darker. So that's working for me. Okay. Let me save this. Call it Wizard Blue. Oop. Wait. Oh, because I got loaded. Oops. Alright, there's our new Wizard Blue PNG. And I'll be nice and organized and put these in a folder. Call it Blue Wizard. How's that for organized? So turn it off, everything goes red except for that. Oh. Alright, let me just put him way on top here. Interesting. Okay, so I missed one down here too. What is that? That's his sleeves. Okay. Oops. Did not mean to ignore those. So let me fix that as well since we're here. Let's see. Yep. There he goes. Alright, just make sure I got the right color in the right spot, and then I'm going to be less careful with this one. I'm just going to fill it up like crazy. And then paint that. There it goes. There. Cool. Now he's totally fixed. There's blue, and there's red. Why does Photoshop take so long to save a PNG? I'll never know that. I mean, I know it's compressing it, but still. Of all the programs that save out PNGs, it just seems to like chew on it for whatever reason. Cool. Okay. Now let's come back. Okay. And select him. There he is. Wizard Blue. Found it. There's Wizard Blue and there's Wizard Red. Alright. See if we can just override it directly. Let's be sneaky about it. Yep. Okay. See if I can do it and see if it'll let me. I'm going to just try and overwrite and see if it says the file is locked or not. Let's find out. So we're going to go Documents. There it is. Assets. Images. Oh, where is he living? Let me check that. Images, Middle Ages. Got it. There he is. And this is red, so we go Wizard Red, override it. And it looks like it's going to let me. Cool. So then we'll have it just magically instant update. Alright. Wizard Blue. Oh, wait. Did it actually go to the right? Or did that fall back to the Wizard Blue that I already saved in the folder way off in Never Never? Let's see. Yep, that was the wrong place. Let me repoint this. Documents. Here we go. Assets. Images. Yeah, there we go. PNG. And this is the blue wizard. There. That should fix it. Oh, once it finishes saving. Come on, Photoshop. You can do it. I mean, seriously, why does it chew, you know? I mean, it's like a 700K PNG takes 3 times longer than a 100 meg PSD. One of the mysteries of the world. Now, watch. There it is. Look at that. Like magic. Which is appropriate since we're talking about the wizard here. Good. We can just clear him out. Oh, but you know what? That means I do have to actually fix the stupid textures too, don't I? The icons, rather. Ah. That sucks. Yeah. That's nice, but you can see the wizard's wrong there. And here in the purple. Okay, since we're talking about 6 images, my choices are just bring them into Photoshop, grab them, and try and hue shift, or go back into Maya and re-render them. Yeah, neither one of them is actually kind of quick because, as you saw, the hue shift, trying to do that with the purple, just did not work well. I guess I could take another stab at it, but then I still have to like kind of mat it all out. So I hate to say it, but I think the rendering might be the faster approach. Re-render. Now that I have that new texture. Yeah. Alright. But for the fun of it, let's actually see what he looks like. Let me go full screen here. And come back out. Oh, let me make sure I actually got a wizard added. I do. Okay. Actually, we'll put him in the front. There. And then, who am I missing? Yeah, put the dwarf in there. Alright. Done. So 1 player. Alright, he's hidden back there. So what I'll do is, I'll do 1. So when the AI hits one of my buildings, the wizard will actually go out. There he goes. Oh no, it's the dwarf. Okay. Oh really? He's in the 4th position, isn't he? Uh-oh. Why is he's still purple? Look at that. Uh-oh. Not good. Oh, because I did the multi-texture on this one. Oh, I forgot about that. Back a while ago, I was trying to like do some optimization, so I took all of the villagers and I put them on one major map. So what I gotta do is actually update that stupid map. Crud. Let's see if I can get to it without actually dragging them out. Nope, I gotta drag them out. There he is. Enemy characters. Yeah, red, and then where's my enemy characters? Blue. Oh, you know what? I only did that for the red. I guess because it was a test. Because I was desperate to try and figure out some optimizations. So I did as a test, but I only did on the red side, so I'm completely inconsistent right now. So, but the good news is that should mean that the blue is actually totally fine. Blue villagers. He is. Check him out. He is all blue. Okay, so then I'll just update this one. Stupid texture. Open with Photoshop. This is red, so let me... Oops, wizard. Red. And just drop this in. Image size, it should be... let me do percentage. Should be 33%. Copy. Oh, I just did the whole image, didn't I? Not just that thing. Oops. Let me undo. Where's my history? Okay. Alright, do it this way. There he goes. Okay, now where does he go? He looks like he goes here. Uh-oh. I did not actually do it at 33%, did I? Okay. Well, just have to make this fit. Alright. There it is. Look at that. Perfect fit. Save that puppy. Fixed. Alright. Okay. So, make him disappear. Go away. Try this again. That is annoying that actually so the order's reversed. I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. I guess my placement on which constitutes which is wrong for, at least for the red side. So I'm gonna have to definitely update that. So let's see. I need this. Yeah, I need to save that. I need to fix that in the code. So I arbitrarily, I wasn't thinking things through when I was kind of like putting the villagers next to the launcher, and as a result, the numbering is off. So what should be the first character to leave is currently the last. So there's something else I need to fix. All right, we'll test this in just a second here. Wait for him to hit something. Oh, he does. There he goes. The wizard is now all red. Look at that. Alright. Cool. Okay. So then what I should look at now is to see if it's correct for the blue side. And just clean up here for just a second. Alright. So let me fire up the second iteration. I'll move him out of the way. So I'm testing the blue player. So I will let the other iteration actually start the game, and then he will become the guest, not the host. Nice. Oh, I gotta fix her nose. Look at that. She has like crack right there in her nose. Okay, gotta remember that. I'll jot that down real quick. Female warrior has crack in nose. Yeah, right. Alright, so... Oh, you know, I didn't even think to look who was who, did I? No, okay, this is the same one. So, hopefully... Let me bring this up. Hopefully when I fire this off, it'll be the wizard that goes out first. And it is. Cool, okay. And then followed by the ogre, followed by her, and the dwarf. So wizard, ogre, female warrior, dwarf. Wizard, ogre, female warrior, dwarf. Good. Okay. So the blue side is actually working. It's just the red side is assigning it incorrectly. So, all right. Let me think about. Maybe if I look at where I'm actually assigning in the game controller. Try that. Alright. So then this would be villager. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try instantiate. Where do I have them stashed? There it is. Okay, that's actually the buildings. There we go. Red team. Oh good, this is easy. I just gotta like flip this around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no wait, actually res the broken one, isn't it? Cool. Okay. So then if I just reverse this to go 4, 3, 2, 1. There, that should reverse the order. Oh man, please let this be a simple fix like that. That would be awesome. Excuse me. Okay. There he goes. Wizard. Female warrior. Orc. Dwarf. Uh-oh, that's still not right. It's closer, but not perfect. Yeah, I gotta reverse those two. So it goes 2, 3, like that. Yeah. I need this to be consistent because I want to have the gamer control who's, I mean, so you can put like the ones that run faster, rebuild the huts, the buildings faster. You want to put those up at the front. So that's why I'm kind of more concerned about the order being truly correct. So, okay. Wizard, orc, female warrior. Wizard, orc, female warrior. Okay. I didn't reverse that. So, let's see what it does. Hit something. Wizard, orc, female warrior, dwarf. Good. That's it. Okay. And I thought about this. Actually, I could just do this as a 2-player. Rather than do an online game, I could just do a 2-player match to check out the blue. Start with the 1. Make them run a long way. Ah, took out the sheep. There he goes. Wizard, orc, female warrior, dwarf. That's it. Oh, terrific. That was a simple fix. Man, I love those. So it's a little subtle touch here, but watch the... So when they run through the corn, the hay, and the sheep, they kind of like bump it. It's subtle, but I kind of like that. It does the same thing to the sheep, too. Which is kind of funny. Actually, I'll do that. Ah, I missed. There he goes. Alright. Get these guys to repair this building. There he goes. Okay. You can bump the sheeps here. Boom. He goes, rah. Yeah, awesome. That was fixed. Done. Okay. I guess I should look at that crack in the female warrior's nose. Probably have to drop that on here too, but I'll worry about that in a second. We'll save just in case I made changes there. Alright. Images, characters, Needle, female warrior. Alright, let me find her actual nose here. Oh, let me do the same. Load up here in Lightwave so I can make sure I'm trying to clean the right thing. Don't save. Don't save. Gunner, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Guess I want to say hello for a change. How you doing, man? Yeah, hey, I guess I'll be seeing you in just a few hours, right? Where I can get myself schooled in some Smash Brothers. Refill my drink here for a second. So, yep. So, hey, so let me run this by you. I've been on the fence on this. I'm toying with the idea, and I mean, this is just totally toying, but what I'm toying with the idea of is, oh, awesome. Yeah, he's referring to Spelunky, the PC game, which I'm kind of using as a quasi bit of a template for my next project, which I'll be working on, which I hadn't talked about yet, but I will in the near future. So what I'm toying with is the idea of, and might be kind of crazy, is right now the way the game works is coins are used for match play, right, and also to unlock other characters. I'm toying with the idea of actually doing away with the coins for matches and just letting the coins unlock the characters. So the game is free, but the multiplayer is locked to begin with, and you can either pay 99 cents to unlock the multiplayer and then unlock characters afterwards with cash, or coins that are only accrued not through the gameplay anymore, but actually just through the rewarded ads. You know, so that way it's like if someone wants to just play the game and they just want the multiplayer, then they can either just spend 99 cents and get access to the multiplayer and be done with it, or they can watch enough ads to accrue enough villager coins that they can actually unlock the multiplayer, you know, that way. And then if they want to unlock the additional characters, they can either do it through just buying the characters outright, or by accruing enough villager coins through, once again, through either the offer wall or rewarded videos, that then they can accrue enough coins to unlock those other characters. It's just a simplified fashion, and it's probably going to be money out of my pocket, because, you know, I will not have as much, you know, for people that run out of coins, that need to get more coins, but it simplifies things, I think, too. You know, it makes it easier for the player. Anyways, you know, if you're still letting that roll around your head, we could talk about it tonight. Yeah, it's you know, there's pros and cons to either choice. You know, the nice thing about it is I think it makes the game much cleaner, and you can look at it and instantly understand how everything works in terms of, you know, how the money gets earned, you know. But and then it sort of begs the question of, is there less incentive now, since you're not earning coins through gameplay, to actually pursue the gameplay? But then there's still the avenue of high score tables, which I think you can never underestimate how much people love to be on the high score tables. I mean, I mentioned before, one of my previous games, Save the Titanic, people were using an exploit in Google Play that allowed them to hack and actually submit a bogus code of like 1 trillion points. And like 3 or 4 people did that, which is crazy. You know, I mean, they were cheating it just so they could get their name at the top of the list, you know. And I mean, that's how far people go sometimes to get on those high score tables. Do you have voluntary ads for coins, where the player clicks on a button Yeah, I do. That is my current system. And it's right here. So, yeah, you can either buy coins, and then this doesn't display the values because this is the editor, right? You can do it that way, or you get free coins, which is every hour you can come back and you get your free coins, or you can actually watch a video and get 25 coins, and that number will change over time, and then, or an offer wall where you can get more coins that way. Yeah, I was the #1 player in the world in this endless puzzle mobile game for a long while. I love that. Yeah, that's so true. That's totally true. I think that high score tables are a big plus for sure. Those ads pay much more and they're more effective anyways. And I totally agree. I mean, I'm someone that I don't pay for games in-app purchase stuff. I will pay for a premium game. But the free games that have tons of in-app purchase, but I will do, like you said, I will watch an ad. I find that less offensive, more tolerable. But and this is my current methodology. But like I said, this switch off would be the idea that in this case, what would happen is you get here. Let me just clean this up so it's easier to illustrate my point. But to begin with, you get this character for free when the game starts. But then each of these other characters you'd have to unlock through either purchasing outright or building enough villager coins, right, that you could unlock them for free. And the villager coins, the only way they'd be earned in this alternate pay scheme that I'm thinking of would be only to watch videos, and then just to prevent someone from just watching a ton of videos, because that actually is a detriment to your earnings, is I would actually piecemeal it out too. You can't just watch a ton of videos. You have to space them out over time, which still makes you a valuable client, for the ad networks. Let's see. Yeah, and advertisers literally pay developers more for optional ads than forced. No, and I've been doing my homework on that. IronSource has a reference that says that rewarded ads traditionally pay anywhere between $10 and $50 for eCPMs, which eCPMs translates to, on average, 1,000 views. So for every 1,000 people that watch in essence, every person that watches an ad, in theory, you may make as much as a penny, right? All the way up to 5 cents. And then, I mean, that number is also arbitrary. That can fluctuate up or down either direction. But, yeah, and obviously the benefit of rewarded ads is with traditional ads that just pop up in your face, that's forced on you and, you don't like it. But a rewarded ad, that means the customer specifically said, please show me an ad. So, the gamer likes it because they're getting something for free, right? Except for the time they're spending. The ad network likes it because they're getting a audience member that really wants to see the ad, and then I like it because it pays better, so it's sort of one of those situations where all three of us win, but it's just my alternate idea is kind of a novel concept. I don't know of any other game that does it that way, and it may not actually be a viable thing, but I thought it was kind of cool to sort of that kind of removes the need of doing the unlock cards and then the actual purchase of the characters. But I don't know. I mean, it was just something I was toying with last night. We could talk about it more tonight when we're hanging out, but or anyone else wants to chime in and offer up their thoughts on that as well. But right now I'm following a very, very traditional format, So, I mean, these are all unlocked because I just in test mode here. But, yeah, so these are still locked. Let's talk about this more tonight. Your pitch makes sense, but I'm concerned there's not enough to buy. I think you could easily implement some more things, such as a scaling level system like Clash Royale to use those. Well, what I would love to do is, and I agree, that there would be a finite amount of stuff to buy. I mean, if coins are still used for matches in my current setup, right, then there's always the opportunity to run out of coins, right, and have to buy more coins to keep playing matches, right? My alternate idea, there is no coins in matches, which means that there's no disincentive and you'll never run out of coins. I guess the idea I had was that if everyone burns through it, hopefully it's making revenue, which allow me to finance creating all new island themes, So there would constantly, hopefully, be new islands that you could unlock, you know, through purchases, through either villager coins or just with an outright purchase. But yeah, we'll talk about that more tonight. But this is my current setup, you know. So, and then this is, as I mentioned before, this is a twofold system. So these are the launchers. They work off of the gems versus the coin. So I do have a two-tiered monetary system like most games do nowadays. But the difference is, in my game, it's not like these add extra benefit to your gameplay. This doesn't, you know, you buy the dragon and suddenly you can destroy anyone. That's not the way this game works. It's strictly more of a cosmetic fix, you know, just a total cosmetic change. But I have a two-tiered system where you have to play enough matches where you win random cards, which will unlock, you know, if you get 4 cards, boom, and the Cyclops is unlocked, and then you can actually purchase it with the gems. And hopefully that means that you're still playing the game long enough, right? And this is what we're talking about before, right? The ad networks, excuse me, they want daily active users. They want users that keep coming back, right? They want actors that you know, that stay with the game for long periods of time. So by adding this component, right, this forces the person to keep playing the game and gives them incentive to keep playing the game because they want to unlock the character, and hopefully by the time that happens, they've gotten enough gems built up that they can just purchase it right away anyways. So it's, you know, it's kind of setting that up, hopefully, that they can, you know, want to keep playing the game. But, yeah, I mean, we'll talk about tonight. I'm not sure, you know, if I want to go that approach. It does simplify things in terms of the pricing scheme. But it would definitely take money out of my pocket. But it would allow me to get things done a little bit faster. Anyways, a topic for tonight. Alright. But what I was going to do here a second ago was to come back over here, back into Photoshop, and fix up the female warrior. She had that busted nose. She has that crease right there in the center of her nose, which is kind of ugly. So let's go Middle Ages, female warrior. Idle. That should work. Continue. Oh, no, it's only in the high res, isn't it? Oh. Okay. So, in that case... But they might actually be the same. Okay. So I should be able to just look at this. Female warrior. It's right there. Yeah, it is totally different. Oh. Actually, you know what? That's... I'm looking at a super old... Come on, Lightwave. Where's my key combos? I've been using mine too long. I forgot my... There it is. I forgot my key combinations in Lightwave because I've been in Maya Land too long in Unity. Okay. So that is literally different. So, oh yeah, that is my old... This is one of my older versions I was doing for the female character. Let's see. So I guess it'd just be this one? Yeah. Yeah, there's that crease. Okay. Okay, let me chop away everything except for that little nose so I can fix this. This will be another quick fix, which is good. Actually, I'll do it. Zoom in. I'll just do an inverse. So what else is going on, Gunner? You doing alright, man? Having a good Friday? Anything else exciting going on? Inverse. Oh, I gotta tell you about the new thing I got. I was thinking about it. I didn't have enough time to actually set it up today, but I'll maybe show it at a different stream. But I got my looking glass arrived. This thing is so cool. Check this out. It just showed up yesterday. And it ties in with Unity specifically. Yes. Hologram. Let's see. Check this out. Yeah. There it goes. So, it's like a true hologram. I picked this up. This was a Kickstarter a while back. It just arrived. So, if I don't have anything set up here in the near future, I'll actually have something hopefully by the next Unity meeting to check this, to show this off, because it's just stupid crazy. It is like such a cool thing to see. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to set anything up yet, but I will before the next meeting. Just did a lot of personal marketing last night. Wrote a LinkedIn article when I got mad at a bad Gamasutra article. Have a business meeting today before the social. Oh man, nice, cool. So what was the, if I can ask, what was the Gamasutra article that set you off? I mean, I know that happens to me sometimes too. I'll read some of those sometimes and just kind of go, no, I do not agree. And yeah, sometimes reading the comments is just as infuriating too, I think. Alright, so I'm going to just push that up to there. And then I think what I'll do is clean this up a little bit better. Get rid of all this white stuff. Oh, I have a tolerance that's stupid low. Do 50. Nope, too much. Let me go 10. Oh, internet cut out for a second. What did you say? Oh, I was asking if you wanted to like actually mention which Gamasutra article annoyed you. That I understand, because sometimes there's some articles in there, and the articles bug me sometimes, depending on the subject, but it's the comments sometimes too. I mean, it's the old adage about, opinions. The old saying that everyone has one similar to something else, but but yeah, there he goes. I think I'll do that, and then so you get these. Everyone's got opinions, and some of them I think are more valid than others. There, that should fix that. I felt a little bad because I was picking on him, but it was really, really bad and just pure misinformation. That happens too. But yeah, okay, now I'm super curious on which article it was that set you off. So, yeah. But yeah, if you don't want to share it publicly, I totally get it. I was originally going to leave it out of my LinkedIn article, but I linked it, and some of my resources. Oh no, you didn't present facts, did you? You can't present facts. Yeah. But I got opinion, so that trumps facts, No, it's public on LinkedIn. Haha, it's no problem. Okay. Do you want to send me the LinkedIn link, or do you want to just tell me what because I mean I do look at Gamasutra pretty much every day. Okay. Don't say anything. Okay, I'll stay silent until you come back. All right. All right. You think Gunner's gone now? Good. All right. So here's what I'm gonna tell you about Gunner, since he's gone. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Let me turn this back on. Uh-oh. Watch out. I'm about to get attacked by my puppy. You gonna be nice? Are you gonna leave me alone? No? You wanna play? I know. A few more. Yep. Okay. Oh, no bump at the table. You're shaking my studio here. Alright, here we go. The misinformation. Oh, the Apocalypse one. Right. Okay, I don't even have to click on the link. I did read that one. And it was an interesting case that only had one data point, and it was the guy himself, and he was doing comparison and contrast of one of his previous successful games versus the one he just released, and was extrapolating that one data set into this is how the situation is now. Am I right, or am I right? I'm pretty sure that is the one which, I mean, and for him, the Apocalypse, from his point of view, he looks at it as this is totally legit, and this is, the end is near, right? At least for him. But yeah, to try and broad brush it and say that his argument was even dumber than you think. And just, I mean, I'm sure his own frustration, because, I mean, I know I had that same thing because my games that I released, 8 years ago, was just a matter of if you had something that was quality, a decent game, it found an audience and it would succeed, and now that doesn't mean anything. You can have a fantastic game and it gets completely washed away by the other 1,000 games, 90% of which are garbage, and it just completely vanishes in a void because no one can find it, But yeah, for him to sit there and kind of go, we're all doomed because my case is everyone's case, I think was a little short-sighted for sure. His better reviewed game had a 4.3 average review score from 19 people, while the other one he contrasted had a 4.3 score from 60,000 people. Yeah, okay, so even his own one data point set is not exactly a legit comparison. I get that. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. That's crazy. But I mean, I sympathize. 4.0 for the second one. Gotcha. Yeah. And I mean, let's see. Honestly, the previous game looked more fun than the other one, but I didn't say that in my article. Haha. And I think the article would have been received much better had he say, look, this is an outlier, right? This is my own personal experience, and, your mileage may vary, but this is what I've experienced. So for me, it feels like the Indiepocalypse is real, but once again, this is just a single data set, so I can't say it is, but I feel personally like it is. And if he would have presented the article in that direction, oh, Hannibal Grimm, what's up, buddy? How's it going? But, so we're talking about this article that was on Gamasutra, where a gentleman was relying. He was basically saying that the Indiepocalypse is here, it's real, and it was based solely on his 2 games that he's released, in a very narrow data set, to say the least. And I was just making the point that, I understand his frustration, because when I release a game and it bombs, first day off in a 4-day weekend, it is a good day. Look at that, and it's a Friday too. Congrats on the 4-day weekend, man. That's awesome. That's great. So, I think had he played it more simple, had he said that I feel, to me, the Indiepocalypse is real, and for me, it is real, right? And to leave it there, he would have gotten sympathy. I think people would have said, you know what, dude, I think you're just struggling. It's okay, right? But to say that everyone quit making games, it's not worth it now, we're all doomed, I say so because here's the experience of my 2 single games with my limited information in terms of actual reviews and stuff. Yeah, I totally agree, Gunnar. I totally agree that, he was just asking for it at that point, That's like walking into, like, one of those soccer games in England, football games in England, and just, like, getting in front of the crowd of the other team and just shouting how much they suck. And then getting shocked when everyone beats the crap out of you, I torqued the knee up last Sunday, so they are giving me some days off to rest it. Ooh, that sucks, man. Sorry to hear about that, but I'm glad it paid off in some relaxation time, so kick back and enjoy the computer, right? And then here's here he goes. And Gunnar, this is my buddy Gunnar, gentleman who helps run the IGDA here in Las Vegas, and this is his counter argument, which I won't go into right now. I will read it later. I'll definitely check this out in a little while. But so this is his counterpoint to the Indiepocalypse story that was on Gamasutra, which I think we both, I can automatically agree. Bone bruises are BS. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. But you could tell everyone that, it was because you were rushing into the burning house for the 4th time to save all the little innocent children, right? That's how it happened, and the giant fiery beam came down and just, boom, hit it, right? Right? But I got those kids out. I saved them. There you go. Makes for a better story than some other ones, I'm sure. All right. So I was, let me save, oops. Oh, on the wrong thing. I'm going to save this. I'm just fixing her, the female warrior's nose. There was that crease there. But, yeah. That's cool, Gunner. Once again, I think we're on the same page. You know, I mean, I've seen a ton of articles that have talked about, you know, gaming, indie gaming is fine. And I've seen other articles that just say, you know what, I'm out. You know, you should be out too. And having a better data set, obviously makes for a more palatable reading experience, I think. So, oh, excuse me, sorry. Female warrior. Do I not have it? The blue here? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do what I did before. I'm going to just save it straight into the folder. I'm not sure if that's the smartest move, but that's what I'm going to do here. So let me go into my documents. Nope, I was running through the projection booth to make sure I had timings for a show type that I had never done before were correct. Oh, nice. Oh, so you're a projectionist then? Is that what you're saying? I had an old buddy of mine that used to work as a projectionist back, was it like in the 90s? I used to visit him sometimes, and he used to like give me some of the old trailers and stuff. I still have some 35 millimeter trailer. Actually, I have a 35 millimeter print of Tom Petty's Into the Great Wide Open that he was just like, you know, we're not showing this anymore. Do you want this? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Don't know what I'm doing with it, but I still, decades later, I still own a 35 millimeter print of Tom Petty's Into the Great Wide Open with Johnny Depp as a guest star. I'm a crazy person that they keep training on a different at the theater I work at. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I'm curious about that because once again, this is decades ago in the 90s when everything was all film and, you know, in like multi-camera system where he'd have to switch, you know. No, I take it back. No, he had the giant platter. He had the giant so they had the assembly. So he had that massive platter with just the whole film on that one thing. So, but it's all, yeah, I was about to say it's all digital now, right? You know. So the nice thing about that is just like if they want to expand it, if a movie's, you know, filling up, they can just kind of flip a switch and boom, now they have the movie screening in a different theater. And the other people that want to see the movie that got bumped, well, they're just out of luck, right? Yeah. So that's wild. So, so if you're running back and forth, does that mean there's still kind of a situation where you have to like get stuff done in time? I mean, I don't know anything about the digital projectors except for the one that I have downstairs myself, but I don't know how that works in terms of. I mean, is there? I would just assume everything's fully automated now, but is there something you still have to trigger and keep going, or how's that work? My first job ever was a United Artists Theater in the late 90s. I know the platter system. Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, my buddy was big into it, man. He was, it was actually pretty cool. He used to let me sneak up and just hang out with him, you know. I can't remember, I don't remember if it was a UA or, I don't remember what theater it was, but yeah, that was fun just to check out and see what he's doing. Alright, I'm talking too much. I should actually get this plugged in here, shouldn't I? Assets. Images. Middle Ages. There he goes. And this is the blue one. So let me go here. Let me just save this real quick. There's blue. That's good. We get as much of the stuff set up through playlists on the system these days. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's highly automated. That's crazy. Tichili, hey, man. Which game you making? Hey, I will show you. All right, let me stop down for a second with what I was doing here. Tichili. Hey, man. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for saying hi. So, the game that I'm working on currently is called Volley Village. It's basically Angry Birds meets Battleship. And give you a quick rundown. Let it fire up here just a second. There it goes. Okay. So I say Angry Birds because the targeting system kind of works like Angry Birds, right? You just pull your finger back, right? Long shot, short shot. Here's your direction, right? And the objective here is you're actually firing off and you're trying to hit your opponent's bouncing buildings because the bouncing buildings actually power this force field. So if you knock all the buildings down, force field goes away, hit the catapult, and you've won. And as you can see, it's not turn-based. It's actually real-time. Here's the reload meter, right? Once that reloads, I can fire again. And these random pop-ups come up. This one right here, which I just missed. This one, little stop sign, indicates that I'll put my opponents to sleep. There. So now they're snoozing. So for 15 seconds, you can see the timer up here. For 15 seconds, basically, he's got to sit there and just watch me wail away on him, right? So I can just do some damage. And then just to be a jerk, I can actually hit these villagers and reset their work. There he goes. And you see actually what he did. He sent out a couple of villagers to repair the building, right? Which you could do, but the catch is now he only has 2 villagers on his catapult, which means that his reload times will take much longer. So that means I can fire twice as fast. I'm not repairing into my buildings, but then he's actually not hitting the broadside of a barn now, is he? Uh-oh. Let me see if I can hit that. Boom. Oh, and I just missed again. Check it out. Oh, and he got it, so he just zapped me. Okay, so now I'm stuck. I'm just sitting here waiting. But we had we had a situation where we had a movie schedule, but someone didn't notify right people to get our key file renewed. Oh, for the showing. So we need to do a Blu-ray showing. No kidding. Wait. You guys show Blu-rays like on a full screen? That's crazy. I never heard of that before. Yeah, really nice game. Thank you. Appreciate it, T-Chili. Thank you much. Tell you what, hey, let me, actually do not have it up yet. Let me go desktop, plug links. In case you're curious, and if you're an Android user, check this out. There he goes. If you're an Android user, you can actually check out a beta version right now on Google Play. It's slightly older than this version, but it's pretty much intact. Here you go, game over. Boom, I nailed him. There he goes. So the island sinks, and you'll actually see the sharks come up and start chasing after the villagers as they swim away. And you see my guys are all celebrating here. There you go. There go the sharks. He's doing a little backstroke. iPhone. Okay, I'm going to do that. I will keep checking on me because, I mean, I've been working on this game. This is about 1.5 years or more of development stretched over the last 3 years. So, and I'm really close to getting this thing done and out the door. So I'll be doing a full-on proper beta test. So keep hanging out with me. If you want to do, excuse me, if you want to do follow, it's the easiest way to keep track of me, or check me out on Discord as well. Here he goes. I'm going to just do the blatant everything here. There he goes. Excuse me. So, and then you can join me on Discord if you want updates on there as well. But once I get this really polished for the beta version, I will be doing Android as well as iOS. So if you want to get on test flight for iOS, I can get you a version. The cool thing is it's cross-platform. It doesn't matter what device you're on. You can play against anyone. But my English is really bad. No, you're doing fine, man. I can totally understand what you're saying. Your English is great. You're doing great. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to hang out with me here, just hit the old follow, right? Or if you want to, hang out on Discord. No, your English is better than half the people. Hey, there he goes. You just subscribed. Thank you, man. Appreciate the... Look at that. Hey, so I just reached affiliate status on Monday, and which means that I could have people follow, but that's actually my very first subscription. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Congratulations on being my very first subscription. That is so cool. Thank you so much, man. Excuse me. So, yeah. I will have it out, and so you'll be able to play it. OMG. Yeah, well, I have 54 followers, but and when you hit 50, then you can start actually bringing on subscribers, right? So I just hit that threshold on Monday. So this is my first broadcast after I've reached the affiliate status, and you were the first person to actually be my subscriber. So I really appreciate that. And he's following now, too. Oh, I thought that was an L in there. So it's Tichi? Am I pronouncing that correctly? It's not like Tai Chi. It's Tichi 35? You can tell me if I'm butchering that. And if I am, I'm so sorry. But, yeah, thank you for the subscription and for the follow, man. I appreciate that. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be for iPhone and Android. And then, ultimately, I also want to do desktop as well. And it's French. Okay, my wife speaks French, or at least she learned it in high school, so I'll get her to pronounce it better. I'll get her to help me on the pronunciation. I this much Spanish in my skill set, and no French, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. How about if I just say T? Can I just call you T? There, I can't butcher that, right? But, so, excuse me, the reason, also I'll go back to the demo here, the other thing too is I say it's Angry Birds meets Battleship, and the reason I say that is because you can actually customize the layout, right? So you can actually place the buildings wherever you want, right? It's kind of a nice little touch. So you can customize it. Right now I'm just hitting random, so it's just randomly throwing the buildings out there, but if you want, you can clear it off. Hey now! Muy poquito de español, ¿no? No, solamente un poquito. No, solamente un poquito. Pero, 12 años en Los Ángeles, so español es muy necesario. I'm sorry, I just butchered the crud out of that, didn't I? Okay, I will stick to English. I'm okay at my English. I can't speak French, but I love me some Jean Reno films. Oh, of course, man. Leon, the Professional, that is as good as film gets right there. I Francais at this moment is really sad. Oh, man. Yeah? You are short on words, but you have a nice pronunciation. There you go. I've been told that before, too. It's kind of like, yeah, you speak that very well, for the 5 words you actually do know. Bring me everyone. Everyone, sir? Everyone! Gary Oldman, so cool. I didn't meet. I was actually, when I worked, my first job in LA, I'm sorry this is a redundant story for anyone, but my first job in Los Angeles was working as a data wrangler for the movie Stuart Little 2, back when I was in film production hardcore. And we got to go over the Desilu lot across the street for the little cafeteria over there. And sitting at the table right next to me was a shaved head Gary Oldman, which is so cool. I mean, the guy is just so cool anyways, but what doubly funny was the fact that back then we'd have 2 drives that would store all of our data, our live data for the movie for Stuart Little 2, and one of the hard drives was literally named Oldman after Gary Oldman. It was just, part of me wanted to go up to him and kind of go, "Hey, Mr. Oldman, we named a hard drive after you," and then I thought it through in my head for a second and went, you know what, just shut up and sit down. Don't do that, man, that's just stupid. So, let's see. What will I add to the game tonight? So, that's a good question. I was just doing a couple of minor fixes. I can show you here. Leon is still my favorite Oldman performance. You know what? You could be right. What was there was Criminal Law, I think, was the movie where he played an attorney and Kevin Bacon was a kind of a psycho character. I think that was the name of it. And that would have been like mid-90s. That's another one to check out, where it's just Gary playing a totally different kind of passive character, which is just, for him, is very unusual. But yeah, so T, to answer your question, what I was addressing in the moment was this texture issue that I noticed on my female character here. And it's just, this is a nitpick thing, but that's good. That if I'm down to my nitpick issues, that means things are going pretty well. So let me, and then the other thing you can do, also, I'll be back in a bit, gotta wait for pizza. Oh, pizza, sounds good, man. I might do that tonight myself. Alright, I'll be here. I'm gonna be here for a while, so come on back when you're ready. So you can select, so this is for T. You can select your characters, right? And this decides which villagers you have actually, take me one, please. Oh, what, a pizza? Alright, so I got the female mascot selected. And I'll do the same on this side too, so we can actually see the issue. And it's just her nose, there was this one texture issue. So I say done. There it goes. And then we'll do so this is, I'm going to play an online game right now. So hit online. There we go, online. So even though these things are literally on the same screen, it doesn't matter. We could be in a totally different part of the world and it would still work fine. But yeah, see, it's really hard to see, but it's the little line right there on the edge of the nose. That was what was bugging me. And that's exactly what I was correcting at the moment. Yeah, I'm happy to say that my to-do list is actually shrinking a lot. One of the things I do need to fix, which unfortunately, I just found out about what my issue is right before I came on. Oh, here it goes. You can see the response here. Oh, that's broken. Uh-oh. Did you see that? The hat was just completely spinning off there. Oh, boy. I gotta fix that. Okay, that's a good find. Female warrior. Let me write that down real quick so I don't forget. Female warrior bows, but hat spins out of hand. Alright, I'll fix that. So, let me bring this back up. So, what I needed, what I noticed on Monday was my high score table is kind of messed up at the moment. So we have the leaderboards, and once again, this will be cross-platform, so it doesn't matter which device you're on. If you're on a iPhone, Android, or if I can do the desktop, PC, and Mac versions as well, your scores will show up here, right, for everyone to see. You know, so you're competing with all devices. But yeah, there's only 4 names showing up, and I did some digging. I'm using a plugin called Kombu, which I love. It's such a fantastic thing for user data. It's a $50 plugin on the Asset Store. Fantastic plugin. And I come to find out that this is an issue that other guys were having, and the solution is to update my server that is running on my AWS, my Amazon, which is somewhere in Ohio, I think. That's handling all the networking stuff. But unfortunately, I was having an issue upgrading my server, and I got an email literally like 5 minutes before I started broadcasting, so I didn't get a chance to fix it yet. So this is like one of my few remaining big glitches that I got to address. Things after that are more of just like technical fixes, which is good, you know. No, I still have one other thing I do. No, actually I do. I have a couple other things I still need to tackle. I take that back. And I could focus on that today, rather than doing these simple little fixes, which are fun because they're so easy to knock out. But so I have icons. Oh, and that's not even loading yet, is it? Okay. I'll do it manually. And let's see, icon selection. Drop that 0. Oops, 0, 0, 0. There it is. Yeah. So when pizza. Oh, what kind you get, man? I'm a Papa John's lover myself. Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, in that order, I think. Do you have this game on Twitch? On Twitch? Do you mean, let's see. So did I make, are you asking, did I make this on Twitch? If you're asking if I've been doing it the whole time, then the answer is no. I've only been, Domino's best pizza. Fight me. Tonight, man. It's mano y mano, man. It's all about Papa John's. Full stream for all the game. No, so I've been working on the game for a year and a half. Well, excuse me. I've been working on the game for 3 years, but I also work as an animator, and so whenever I get animation jobs, I sort of stop down on the game development. So the game development has been going on there's a year and a half worth of development, but I only just started streaming on Twitch in October. So, yeah, I know, 3 years, but, you know, I mean, there was like, let's see, I worked on a video game for 8 months for someone else that was actually being created by Jon Favreau, the guy that directed Iron Man movies. And then I also had 7 months, almost 7 months that I worked in LA for the TV shows The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. So it's one of those things that, and I live in Las Vegas, okay? Here I am, I'm in Sin City, Las Vegas, but when LA calls and they say, hey, do you want to come back and work for a few weeks? I do. And as a matter of fact, actually, I was just there for a month, which is kind of funny. If you go look at some of my previous streams, it's Rocco's Pizza, a local pizza place. Oh, okay, sounds good, man. Save me a slice, please. But yeah, it's funny. So if you go look on either my YouTube channel, because Twitch only saves your videos for so long, so I migrate all my Twitch videos over onto YouTube. But if you go look on Twitch now, or go over to YouTube, you'll see that there was a month where I was in Los Angeles working in town, and then I would work all day, and then I would go to a gaming cafe by a very nice guy named David, who runs a gaming cafe called Blue Screen Gaming there in Culver City. And I would go sit up there on Monday and Wednesday and Friday nights at 8 p.m. So, so even though I was still working on animation during the day, I still got to work on my game at night. So yeah, it's taken way too long. It's a combination of factors. It's good for this. Yeah, I mean, if I knew then what I know now, I could make the game in a lot shorter time. A lot of this has been just an evolution of what the game needs to include, and then the online multiplayer stuff, I didn't realize how difficult of a challenge that was actually going to be for me, so I had so much to learn and so much to fix. But I'm happy to say that I'm like 90%, almost 95% done, to getting it out. And I mean, I'll still have some bugs and stuff that people will find that I've missed, but so much closer to actually getting out the door. But so this is one feature that I just started to implement and have not finished, so I still need to address this one too, which is when you play a game, when you saw the little villagers kind of taunting each other, I also want these little icons that are selectable by you to sort of like represent your personality. And you can see the ones, I have these different ones here, right? And right now, you can click on them and nothing happens, so I need to add the code for all that. So I may actually try and set that up today as well. Perfection in video games not exist, man. Can you link your YouTube, please? Oh yeah, absolutely. Give me 1 second. YouTube, I think it's oops. Is it Scary Robot Games? There it goes. Yes. So there you go. If you'd like to see, as I said, all of the Twitch streams will eventually move over onto YouTube over time, so they don't disappear. So if you want to look at some of the older ones, because they do drop off. Right now, there's only like 29 on Twitch right now. You searched for Scary Robot Games and couldn't find it? Well, thank you, YouTube, for not giving me some love, man. Isn't that terrible? Wow. Scary Robot Games. Never heard of it. It's Scary Robot Games, Jerks. Okay, well, there's the link. So, but yeah, so this is, and then most of these characters, these renders that you see here, that's what I was working on last month when I was in Los Angeles, which took more time than I wanted to, but finally got those knocked out. So I need to implement that. Oh, that's right, because that's still totally broken. Okay. Because it's not properly implemented yet. So I gotta put that in, and a couple things, but like home stretch. But actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a quick restroom break here. Let's see. Yeah, I've been broadcasting for an hour and 41 minutes, so if you guys can hang tight, quick restroom break. I'll be right back. I'll be slick. I'll do the whole be right back thing. Hang tight. Be back in like 45 seconds, give or take. All right, hang tight. And we're back. Feel much better. Oh, T has to go. Okay. Make a link to a donation. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I know I should do that. Since I just got over that threshold into legitimate affiliate status. I guess the donation thing is definitely something I should set up here. I will do that the near future. So, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming by and saying hello, and thank you so much for the follow and the subscription, man. That's awesome. My very first subscription. Very cool. Excuse me. And let's see what else we have. Oh wow, we had a bunch of stuff come in here. Oh, hey now, if you're still there, man, I forgot the fact you mentioned you actually mentioned you're in Spain, so I forgot. So my Spanish, like you said, is okay, but only in present tense verbs. If we have to go into past or future, man, it all falls apart on me. I mean, high school I was better, but I lost all that stuff, I'm afraid. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and the first, I will see my name in the game credits. You will. I have that. I just added a credits thing too. So after I finish up the broadcast today, I will do a thanks for watching thing, and I have credits in there, and you'll be popping up right there. So you don't have to hang around for that. I know you have to go, but just watch if you want to hit the replay, just scroll to the end. Just buzz right past the annoying part, which is me talking, and just jump to the credits and kind of go, yeah, there I am, right there. So check yourself out. But yeah, thanks again, T. I really do appreciate that, man. That's very kind. And hope you can come back. I'll be here Monday, so I hope you can come back Monday and hang out again. But yeah, thanks for being here. All right, so I guess what I should do is figure out if I actually did save. Did I actually save that into the proper place? So let me go. I'm gonna go into my documents, assets, images, and it's Middle Ages. This will be PNG. I think I did actually update this. Oh well, I'm gonna do it a second time. Alright, and then let me do it for the female as well. Thanks, man. Thanks for the kind words. It's your game and was really nice, man. Thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate it. It does get scary after a while, especially when you're developing by yourself, which is just a crazy notion by itself. But when you do that, you do get a tunnel vision sense, and there is a point where you just kind of go, am I even making anything now? I mean, when you have a team, I think it's easier to stand back sometimes and assess where you are and what needs to get done. But, when you're just managing everything, it is easy to second guess yourself sometimes. So thank you. I really do appreciate that. That's very kind. Excuse me. All right, so female warrior. Where is she? Red. Good. Let me double check that that's actually gonna. I think that does fix everything. And I'll do a new build just to make sure that I get that fixed on this side as well. Ooh, oh, I'm in Android mode. You know what? I'm not gonna fix that. Okay. I'll leave the PC build as is and just throw it in the background. Just move over the side here, because what we want to see, I'm just checking to make sure that the female warrior's nose, that little crease that was there, is no longer there. Alright, hit that. Here we go, let's check it out. So look for the nose here. Oh, it's still messed up. Okay, the blue is fixed, but the red is not. That's not good. Let me find out what happened there.
What's the best thing
Kill that.
about the holidays?
Not having to go to work. Pie. Peanut butter and bacon.
Villagers. She should be mascot number 2.
Yes, it's one of the best reviewed movies of the year.
Obviously, they
Look at
love
that.
Ralph
Okay,
absolutely
what did I do
crushes
wrong?
it.
it. I'm probably the smartest guy. in the
Oh, she is. She's part of that giant one I made. Okay. So, let me update that one then.
Rated PG.
I thought I could get away without having to update this, but I was wrong. Alright. Let me load in the PNG so I don't have to worry about flattening the PDF. I'm always afraid that if I flatten the PDF, I'll forget to unflatten it and just totally destroy my work. And then... Alright, I'm going to try this. So, let's be exact. 33 and 33. 33.33. That should be perfect. And where does she go? She goes up here. Let's see. Nope. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Yeah, you can see the fix. Here's the nose before and the nose after. Whoa, interesting. It looks like there's some sharpening. Oh, because of the scaled. Because this is a higher resolution, but once it actually saves out, it's going to get shrunk down. But that's fine. So we'll save PNG. And where is our master? Good. It's thinking about it. Done. Okay. There it is. Ooh, just a little bit there. Should I even worry about that? I don't think that's ever going to be noticeable. So I'm going to act like that doesn't exist. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to let that slide, I think. We'll find out. I'll run this full screen again. And see if it's even noticeable. Alright, move this out of the way. Hit play. Okay. Online. Online. You host. You guessed. Yeah, check it out. So I'm full screen. This is like, 1920 resolution, 1920 by 1080, and you can't even see the seam. Do I sell my assets? No, I don't. I mean, that's something that if the game does terrible, I may consider, just to try and generate some revenue. But the assets are so specifically tailored to exactly what I need. I don't know if it would work well in terms of like a bundle asset available in the store. I mean, as you can see, the characters here, right? Little villagers are 3D, but the buildings are all 2D sprites, So, I mean, it's a total mishmash of 3D and 2D. So, I don't know. Selling your assets, regardless, is not a bad idea at all. I think, excuse me. Yeah, and if it's something that I was thinking about with that, that was always my fallback plan was just to create animation sets, for especially ones that are supported by Mechanim, because I mean, since animation is my strong suit, I think that could probably do a decent job with creating libraries of animations. So that was always my fallback plan. Luckily, I've been too busy and had too much success with other stuff going on that I haven't had to resort to that. But if the freelance work dries up and the games dry up, then I would definitely consider doing animation stuff. As a pack of 2D games that will be a success, a lot of assets are really bad, worse than mine. Yeah. Well, thank you. Well, I'll take that as a total compliment. And then full disclosure too. So the character designs were not by me. I hired a very talented artist named Daniel Thomas. If you look in the Unity asset store, you'll find some other assets that Daniel has made. Daniel is this amazingly talented artist, but because I was on such a limited budget, unfortunately I didn't get to pay him to actually make all the models for me. So he did all the character designs you see here, right, including the launchers. But for the buildings, what I did there was I actually modeled them in Lightwave. If you're curious, I'll show you real quick. This is kind of a cool thing. So let me close that. Open. Let me come back to my Valley Village folder. So what you see here, this end result is totally different than what I originated with. So if I go objects, castle objects, building red wall. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not it. Hold on. Building 9. No wall. There he goes. So what I did originally is I had like I made this kind of almost clay-like version, right? So this is what the building kind of looked like originally, right? So I built 3D objects of all the buildings originally, and then I realized that the detail was just too much. So then I did a much more stylized version, like this, right? But you see, this still doesn't look anything like this, right? I mean, you can tell. I mean, it's definitely not the same. But what I did was, so I take that and then I'd render it. I'm showing you the whole process. I hope this isn't boring, but this was my trick to get these buildings. I could have just drawn them, but I wanted it to be more like accurate. So I did the 3D model versions, and then I have it in scenes. Did I have it under scenes, or is it under building objects? Let me check that. Objects, castle objects, buildings. Nope, I was right the first time. It is under scenes, power up, ground, castle objects. There it is. Building. There it goes. Node wall. There. Yeah, so originally I had like this much more textured version, right? See, let's see if I can go. Oh, not that way. There he goes. So I had this, right? This is actually what it's kind of looking like originally, you know, and it just, I thought it was looking too realistic. So then what I did was, rather than try and come up with the texture you see, what I did was I just removed all the textures, which I do here. Surface, bring all these guys down, make it like 120. Okay, there. And then I just did this render. Actually, this isn't a good example, but I would do a render like this, right? And then I would bring it into Photoshop. I don't want to save this. Give me 1 second. Clear this out. Clear. And then come back over here. And then I think I'd have this in image. Let's see, images? No. Scenes. I haven't touched this stuff in like a year and a half, so I have to remember where I stashed everything. Castle objects, buildings. Nope. Okay, it must be in images. Images. Castle objects, building. PSD. There you go. So this should give you an idea of, let's see. Huh, no, actually that's the wrong version too. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't like lose all my content. That'd be bad. I must have stored it somewhere else too. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I mean, you can look at the dates on these, right? I mean, 8/2/2016. So, I mean, it's literally been over 2 years since I even touched these guys. Oh, man. Yes, I have been working too much files. Yeah. Well, I've been working on this game for way too long. Images. Let me see if I got it somewhere. Character icons, characters, coins, ground. Middle Ages. There it is. This is what I'm looking for. There. So this is what oops. Let me start with this here. There. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll throw a layer behind here. Just so I have something. There. I am full of pizza. Okay, I am full of envy. Although, yeah, the Rocco's. I mean, I will take your word that Rocco's is just amazing. But yeah, they open a Papa John's less than 2 miles away from me, which is very, very dangerous. So, okay. Very envious. Yeah, you and me both, man. So, okay, so this is what we're talking about here. So, this is what I'd render in Lightwave, right? And the nice thing about it, what I was using was just sort of like, they use proper cheese. So the key thing I liked was the fact that I had the shading, right? You can see the shadows and stuff. And that made life so much easier for me. So then what I do is I just take that as my reference, right? And then I start painting on top of it, right? Boom, boom, boom. And just add the stuff over time, like that. So then you can see the roof. You know, so you have that all that gray shade and the right here, but then I just paint over it and just use that as a general guideline, right? And so and then there you go, and I just added like little highlights like that, and then that's just my reference. So, and that's how I made these. That's how I made these guys. So they start off as 3D gray shade objects, and I just found it was easier to paint the toon shaded look in Photoshop versus actually doing this as a 3D render with the toon shading. For French, when you stop a phrase that's hard to follow, talk about the root and say a proper cheese. Okay. All right. At this point, I think we all need to go off and roof. Yeah, I think we all need to stop and just go get some pizza now. I mean, I just had lunch an hour and a half ago, but a roof and proper cheese. Oh man, this is devolving very quickly, isn't it? So, anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of. I hadn't shown that before. No one's really asked, I guess, but that was my process and how I actually generated all these different buildings. So, and to be honest, it was really time consuming just to try and, I mean, you'd think it'd be really quick, but I mean, you have to highlight each section and then paint it all in and then make the adjustments with the shadows and all that kind of stuff. So, surprisingly, it was more of a burden than I thought it'd be initially, especially with like the stones when I started doing that and doing the shading. The trick here was just I had some really good audiobooks, so I would just plug away and just kind of mentally click off and just let it go. The scary thing is that you're working on this stuff and, you look down, you realize like 4 or 5 hours got away from you, So, I mean, this was a total time sink, but the end result, I think, turned out pretty well. So, that's the concept there. Dude, you want to know what I found waiting for me when I re-upped my Amazon Prime at 4 a.m.? Oh, wait, you update your Amazon Prime at 4 a.m.? What are you doing up at 4 a.m., man? So, no, please, what did you have waiting for you? I'm dying to know. A connection to a link to the next season of Sneaky Pete? My sleep is all weird. Mars Attacks? Really? Interesting. Yeah, I would like to say that I was a big fan of Mars Attacks. I think there's two moments in that movie where I really, really laughed hard. One of them was when they were taking the Washington Monument and they kept moving back and forth, and the little Cub Scout kids are running back and forth and they keep nudging the building to try and squish them. Yeah, that one, to me, that cracked me up. But the one that made me laugh really like out loud, and it was just good physical comedy, is that tableau when all the aliens are going up to was it Tobey Maguire? Was that his grandma? I can't remember if it was Toby, but the grandma. Yeah, the grandma, the music. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The same thing, man. When the grandma's there, and then the aliens are putting the giant dish like right over her head, and they're all just laughing like crazy. Oh, Lucas Haas. Sorry. Yes, Witness, the kid from Witness. And lots of stuff since then. There you go. Yeah, Mr. Here, Lucas Haas from Witness. There's my Lucas Haas. Yeah, but that one. Uh-oh, I'm getting attacked. Sorry, hold on. Okay, yes, I know, you're bored. Okay, good to see you too. But that one, when they're just like falling on the floor laughing, I was laughing with them, and of course the chord pops out, and you have, Vaya con Dios, my darling, and then all the brains, the heads start exploding. That was pretty funny. Yeah, okay. Yes, I see you. All right. She knows the camera's running, so she has to get her screen time. All right, you done? Yeah? Okay. That's good. All right. Go play. Go somewhere. Go play in the street. Okay, sorry, I got attacked by the dog. I love the Tom Jones scene. That was kind of weird, wasn't it? I mean, the movie's over, and it's like, it's not unusual to be loved. And then all the creatures coming up. That's, I don't know. It's kind of a trippy film. I admit I've not seen it since the theater, so I don't know how my feelings would change over time. I don't know if I'd like it more or less, but I think Tim Burton, his very first film, Frankenweenie, not the feature film that he did as a remake, but he's back. Oh, but the Frankenweenie, the black and white short film he made while he was still working at Disney, which is a bizarre notion too. That one was fantastic. I think was it Barrett Oliver, or no, it was the kid from Neverending Story, whose name I used to remember, but I can't remember it now. But it was a short film, and it worked really, really well. And I think it's like one of my favorite things that he did. Black Soups, hey, what's up, man? Hey, the first or second? Yeah, the first, the black and white, the short film of Frankenweenie, not the remake. I'm talking about the very first one. I thought that one, I think it was Shelley Duvall was the mom. I mean, once again, I haven't seen it for 20 years. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. But oh. First or second? Oh, he's telling that to the Black Soups. Yeah. I'm. So Black Soups. He and I have been hanging out at some of the local meetings here, and you know, I told him I've been doing this streaming stuff, and I think now the more I talk to him about it, the more he's realizing that he misses it. So we're trying to like drag him back in. See, there you go. I'm somewhat back on the scene. See. I take full credit for bringing Black Soups out of retirement and back into the streamosphere. Is that a word? Okay. Well, it is now. But yeah, Black Soups, man. Dude, I don't know if you saw the posting, but I hope you can actually come hang out tonight, man. We're gonna be for anyone that's in Las Vegas or near Las Vegas, the IGDA. There's a get together. We're gonna be playing Super Smash Brothers. So I hope you can make it out, man. I know Gunner will be there, as well as some of the other IGDA guys. Excuse me. You know, Vegas, it's the new happening place for game development. All right. So actually, I completely lost. So I did fix the female. Oh, you know what? I do need to fix. I know what I need to fix. The animation where she's bowing her head. Been good, man. Loving the job at Alamo. Oh, that's right. I think you did mention that before, didn't you? That was Alamo Drafthouse. Enjoying a break between semesters. Go see Aquaman. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, dude. I totally understand. I'm boycotting Aquaman, by the way. I'm refusing to go see Aquaman. I'm pissed. Yeah. So it's very petty, but I'm not gonna go see Aquaman. I'm really pissed. Because the director, you know, his company is Atomic Monster, and 2 years ago, nothing wrong with Aquaman. It's the director. 2 years ago, actually, I created his company logo for Atomic Monster, right? And it got used in his next 3 or 4 films, but it just got remade into like a color version of it, and they didn't let me know, man. I didn't get to work on the remake, so I'm bummed. You know, I was all like proud of the fact that I was gonna have, you know, the company logo. I made it, and then it was gonna be like in front of Aquaman, and now it's like, no, it's gone. The studios are being bastards about employee passes. Oh, I'm sure. Here, I'll dig this up real quick. My almost brush with greatness with the Atomic Monster logo. So, go videos. All right. So here, let's see. Oh, let me switch this back so I can keep touch with you guys. Yeah. So sorry, Hannibal. It's kind of redundant for you, but yeah. So this is it. So I guess it was actually 4 years ago that I did this. So if you look at some of the previous films that Juan made, Justin Juan, this was the logo, and I did that 4 years ago, right? And you know, everyone was happy. They loved it. It all went well. But then they made a remake, and I don't know if they just hired a different company, because I mean, it wasn't me that I was hired through like 2 parties. But so now they apparently remade it, and this is the new version. There he goes. So it's all 3D. But yeah, I'm annoyed because I don't like the animation. Oh, look at that! Look at that leg. Watch this leg just kind of pop into place here. Look at that. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. See that? The leg just kind of go, like it has to get in place for the landing? No. And it doesn't even like line up with the logo there. Okay. Sorry. I'm ranting. That's all right. What time is it in USA? Well, for us here, it is 3:07 in the afternoon, and that's Pacific Standard Time. So that's basically Las Vegas all the way over to California. Yeah, that's fine. I'm being goofy. You know what? No, honestly, the only reason I'm not going to see Aquaman, it's 5:07. Okay, yeah. You were, yeah, PM. Yes, Minnesota. Oh, that's right. Yeah, my stepdad, all his family's from Minnesota up there. St. Paul, all up in that area. But no, actually, the reason I'm not going to go see Aquaman is because my wife is out of town right now, and if I went to go see that movie without her, I would lose parts of my anatomy that I'm very attached to. So I have to wait for her to get home, and then we'll go see it. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's late. Okay. Yeah. Well, dude, if you have to sneak away, T, I understand, man, but thank you so much for hanging out, you know? Yeah, I'm getting that age where midnight hits me, and I'm kind of going, I'm going to stay up all night, and midnight comes. It's like, no, I'm going to go to bed now. So anyways, yeah, I was joking. I'm on board for Aquaman. I mean, the reviews haven't been great, but some of my friends have really enjoyed it. So, and my wife's a big comic book fan, so I'm sure we'll be going. So I was just kind of kidding about the whole logo thing. That really doesn't bug me. I got paid, man. The check's cleared, you know, so it's all good. I had to do sound checks in the new films for this week. I want to kick so many sound folks right now. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, just for... You know, I mean, like the mixers, the sound mixers on the actual trailers themselves, or for for the films themselves. Yeah, I know those can be all over the place. You know, I mean, you guys probably face that when we're at home. You know, I have like I'm fortunate enough to have a movie projector, so I have this like 10-foot wide screen, which I love, right? And so the visuals look great, but I can never get the audio the way I want it. You know, the center channel, I devote to dialogue, and I never can get the dialogue as up as I want. So my wife is constantly going, what did he say just there? And it's like, oh man, that's always a miss. Yeah, all over the place, huh? And I have one knob to adjust. That's kind of like my mixer too. You know, I have a really low end Sony receiver, you know, and it's kind of like, do you want to adjust it? Yes. Okay. No, I just want the center channel. No, you adjust all now. No, I just want to adjust the center channel. No. So I can relate. And I'm just too cheap to actually buy a better receiver. You know, besides that, you know, the screen looks fine, you know, and if my wife keeps asking me, I'll just tell her what they said. Or worse, we'll put subtitles up. How about that? Mary Poppins and Bumblebee. Really? Those are the ones with the big headaches for you? Those 2 films with the audio? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be... I'd like to go see Bumblebee, but, you know, I missed the last 12 Transformers movies, so I'm afraid that I wouldn't pick up on the subtle subtext of the film. Hey, Z-Doctor's here. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man? Hey, welcome. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I know you got a broadcast coming up pretty soon, so I thank you coming by to say hello. That's very cool. I do appreciate that. All the music numbers in Pop-Ins are louder than the rest of the scenes, and all the CG robots are louder on the human scenes. Oh, that's annoying. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, well, I have that too. I mean, when we watch movies at home, I literally hold the audio controller in my hand, and I'm constantly doing this, right? I mean, the worst one is like, you ever get this where like you put in the DVD, and like the opening logo comes up or something, and my wife immediately goes, "Isn't that a little loud?" It's like, okay, fine. And I drop it down, and then it's like someone starts speaking. She's like, "I can't hear what they're saying." Okay, it comes up again. So, I mean, now at this point, I subconsciously I hold it, and I'm just like not even thinking. I point it backwards because all my equipment is behind us, right? But I'm just like lowering it and raising it constantly. So I'm doing like manual adjustments throughout the film, kind of like you're talking about, but in my own house, you know? Going good, and you're right, but I had to stop by and say hello. Good, man. Thank you. Spider-Verse is bass heavy AF, yeah. Oh, man, I bet. And let me guess, how many times does it have that classic, you know, that sound effect that gets used like every 4 seconds in trailers nowadays? Yeah. But yeah, Z-Doctor, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Still plugging away on doing like some bug fixes. When do you think the game will become finished? That's a good question. I'm hoping within just a few weeks that I'll have the beta version out and I'll release that. So, and T, I think you said you're an Apple person, so I will definitely hook you up with a test flight account so you can actually play it on your Apple device. But then, you know, if that goes well, then and hopefully shortly after that, it was the entire soundtrack for 2049. Oh, come on. Don't bag on Blade Runner 2049. I really enjoyed that one. Okay, in spite of the noise every 5 seconds, I thought it was actually a great sequel. I really did like that movie a lot. But, so yeah, T, so hopefully within the next month, I will have what I consider to be a polished beta. And then hopefully after that, it goes well and everyone says everything's working well, and I'll do a total release and it's going to be a proper out in the world. All I had was visuals. That is all I will give it. Oh man, really? Okay. I mean, it's a tough act to follow because the first film is so brilliant. Did you just join a team or were you already a part of it? No, the team, actually I did that a while back. Oh, no, I'll plug that for a second. So for Z-Doctor, you want to look into that as well, too. Jay and Indy are these two guys that actually run the indie game business, and it's a talk they give on Wednesdays and Fridays. Look them up. I find the link, but you guys can probably find it faster than I can. But I've been watching them for a while. And it's actually the reason why I started doing these Twitch streams myself, because I saw what these guys are doing. It's kind of like, you know what? I got to just stop thinking about doing it and just start doing it. But yeah, give it a look. Jay, who has his own PR company for video games. Jay has been working in video games for like forever, right? He's been at it for a ton of time. But he's forming this group, this team that is designed to support us, you know, indie game developers. So look at him, give him a shout, and or better yet, find his Discord. I'm not sure how to find someone else's Discord. Let's see. It's okay. Just look for Indie Game Business on Discord and give him a shout there. So what he wants to do is actually form a team of us indie game developers and just make it so that when we're broadcasting, we're going, and then when you drop off, you host other websites, other of the team members that are game developers. So the idea is that we're constantly sharing our user base, right? And I'm all for it. But right now it's just me. He just put this team together, so I'm the only developer there so far, so I have to host myself, I think, you know. But I think it's something that I definitely want other guys to... A stream team. There you go. Go stream team! Yeah. Yeah. Is that a term? Okay. But hopefully more people will join up Z Doctor, I totally recommend you checking out as well. If you make a dev team, contact me. Want to be on it. Okay, yeah. T, are you doing development as well? Or you just want to like hang out and watch the team go? So no, let me clarify. So it's a team of streamers. It's not like a team that we're all joining together and making a game together. It's we all make games, and we help support each other. Oh, slow, please. Okay. So it's not that we are we're not making a team of developers. We're not going to make a game together. It's just that we are sharing our streams, right? So the idea is maybe there'll be like 10 different developers. So then when I finish my broadcast and I say goodnight, it goes on, and then rather than mine just showing a blank screen saying, come back soon, it will actually host one of the other team members who's currently streaming. So that's the idea. Is in French speaker from what I see on his channel. He is, but his English is actually very good. His English is... T's English is actually better... it's exponentially better than my French, but... Yeah, I'm sorry, and I do tend to talk a million miles a second, so I'm sorry. I'll try and not talk quite so fast, but yeah, he understands. Okay, good. You do understand now. But it's a cool idea, and I hope it takes off. I want others to join in as well. But, alright, so I fixed that. Oh, I need to fix... Come up here to my female warrior. But, yeah, keep talking. I'm just going to do some actual work here for a second, if that's possible. Because I did notice that one was totally broken. So, let me check out my lose response. Okay. Yep. Just got a reminder about the Smash Casual meetup tonight at 7. Which everyone is doing, except for Soups, who's going to be too busy watching Aquaman. Let's see. All here are game devs. Some yes and some no. Some of them work in various aspects. Some of them are just people that want to see people making games. But yeah, Z Doctor. Yeah, not that I'm telling you to like leave my stream and go watch him, but you can actually wait, because I'm gonna finish probably at about 4 o'clock. And then once I wrap up, you can go check out Z Doctor, because once he goes live, he streams for what I think 42 hours each day. I think that's what you do, right? Is it 42 or 43 hours every day? I'm joking, but Z Doctor, man, he goes daily. Z Doctor does these daily streams, and he goes for hours. I get worn out after just a few hours. I have to like just kind of go, okay, guys, I'm throwing in the towel. I gotta go relax. I gotta shut off all the lights, right, and just kind of like focus and not try and be sociable. 4.5 minutes up to 4.5 minutes. That's on a really bad day, right? Up to 11 to 12 hours. Have to hop off. Business meeting. Good luck with the business meeting, Gunner. Good luck. Good luck. And I will see you at the Super Smash Brothers tonight. All right, buddy. Cool. 4.5 minimum. Okay, I was about to say that's some. You just pop in and kind of go, hey everyone, how's it going? Oh, look at the time. Gotta go. See ya. But yeah, so you do 4 to 5 hours minimum. That's cool, man. I may start increasing mine. The challenge for me is still I get chatty. So as I'm demonstrating, I get chatty sometimes, so I get distracted. So I need to sort of like balance that better. Hey. Okay. Hey, I just had Soups just join me on Discord. Let me do that again. Blatant plug for anyone that hasn't done it yet. Please come hang out with me on Discord. There you go. That is my server on Discord. So if I'm not streaming, you can always reach me on Discord. I'm on that pretty much 24/7. If I'm not sleeping, you can reach me. But let's see. T. There he goes. T just joined me on there too. Thank you, T. What's up, guys? All right, I'll do a. Let's see. Can I do a quick hello over here? Hey. Thanks for joining. There he goes. And then I got thanks to both for joining. Sorry guys, I just joining. Yes, absolutely. Z Doctor, plug away, man. Plug away. All right. All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in on the Discord as well. Like I said, man, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, obviously I'm always available there as well. So, you know what? Here, I'll even do this. Since you did that, here you go. How's this for team support? And here's Z Doctor's Discord, so you can join him as well. There you go. That's team support right there. What do you say? Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of giveaways, I'm sorry guys, I've been totally neglectful. Hey, let me do a. I'm gonna start up a giveaway. One sec here. The party, everyone's leaving my stream and going over to Discord now. But for those that are still here, check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and do my first giveaway. So I'll start. Let me start this up. I'll start. I'm gonna give away a copy of Skulls of the Shogun. If you are a turn-based kind of player, dude, if I got the game for you. All right. So I'll fire this up. There he goes. So, if you want to win a free copy of Skulls of the Shogun on Steam, all you got to do right now over here, not on Discord, but here on Twitch, !raffle. If you type that in, !raffle, and you got yourself a chance to win a free copy of Skulls of the Shogun. Did I make it? No, I did not. I wish I did. No, these are games. What happens is I'm like everyone else. I buy bundles, and unfortunately, I end up getting multiple copies of games. So I'm just kind of sharing them. So this is my way of sharing with you guys. So yeah, and so once I get the game out, you know, well, I mean, that's the problem. My games are free to play. So how can I give away a free game? You know. That's kind of a challenge. I could do something where maybe I could give away unlocks, so I can unlock the content for you. But what was it? I want only your game. T. Oh, that's so funny, man. Oh man, that really cracked me up. That's so funny. Thank you. That's very kind, but. All right, Z Doctor. Thanks, buddy. You as well. I'll try and stop by after I finish up if I can, but have a good stream yourself, buddy. You can main stream-specific content and give away on stream. Just an idea. Stream-specific content? Right, stream? Or are you talking about like Steam, as in like Valve Steam? I'm not quite sure if it's a Steam-specific. Or is that something that I'm not familiar with? That could be something I'm not aware of, so. Response to lose disrespectful. No, oh, it's response to lose respectful. Oh, it is broken, look at that. Rig. Humanoid, I need to be generic. Let me try that again. So I do generic. There it is. See the difference there? Now the hat sticks to her hand now. Let's see. Like an unlock in the game that folks can only get by hanging out on the stream. Interesting. Okay, I get what you're saying. Like you play on this game and game don't have a negative and as an other game. Oh. Well, it's you know, and I understand what you're saying. You know, but it's my way of sort of thanking you guys for hanging out with me, you know. So it's it's when I actually have some other games that are for sale, then I would obviously be happy to give away copies of that. But in the meantime, like I said, this is sort of my way of, it's nice that you guys hang out with me, and I love the fact you guys do, and and I love the conversation, but it's just, and as my appreciation, I want to reward you guys with the chance to just win a free game on Steam. But yep. So, I hope it doesn't bug you guys. I mean, if it does, then it's something I can stop down on, But yeah, I mean, if you want a chance, man, all you gotta do is ! Just here for the good conversation as well. Thanks, Annabelle. Well, okay. Well, I mean, good conversation and a good free game. But yeah, I mean, if it's not doing much for you guys, then I will stop down on it. I'll find something else to put up there. Or maybe I'll just take the chat stream and extend it all the way up. But I thought it'd be a nice reward, but it's kind of funny. I was thinking it's like that was gonna bring people in and like make them want to stick around just so they could. Oh, my dog just bumped the mic there. Stick around, for the free games, but I'm flattered that you guys just want to hang out for the conversation. That's cool. Thanks, guys. All right. So I don't know if you. So here's what I did. I'll explain the difference here. So this is pretty subtle, but when I was playing the game earlier, I don't know if you noticed, but when she did this animation, she grabs her hat, but the hat spun around like this. See this? That's just broken. So I don't know if you picked up on it when I showed it a couple minutes ago. I'm an old cookie, good sir. And if you need translation to French, ask me too. Awesome. Set Twitch stream for a major comeback. Set up Twitch stream for a major comeback. There you go. Black Soups is making a major comeback. So yeah, so let me explain what's going on here. So this is sort of like one of the limitations of Unity. And I think I demonstrated this before, but this is a perfect example of why you have to do this. So if you look at the rig, it's kind of hard to see here, I know, but for the animation type, I currently have humanoid selected. And the plus side to that is, excuse me, when you use that, it'll take the animation and it can apply it to any other humanoid character. And it doesn't matter if it's like, Liverpool, FC18 is now following Liverpool. Buddy, thank you so much for the follow, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, so Liverpool, yeah. So the idea is that it doesn't matter if you have like a super small character or giant, right? You only have to do the animation once, and the animation will translate between all the different characters. Liverpool has won 5. Has won 5. Okay, cool. I'm not even sure what that means. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of ignorant on this. Oh, he's got the up here. Uh-oh, did that freeze? Uh-oh. Did that break? Let me check this out real quick. It looked like it all froze, didn't it? Oh no, there it goes. Okay. My little guys were just like frozen there for a second. Sorry about that. Okay. Fix this too. I got so much to fix. I'm breaking so much. Alright. Go away. Is that gonna hide now? Okay. Sorry, just total chaos there for a second. Alright, so what I was trying to make the point of, excuse me, is the upside of using a humanoid rig in Unity is the fact that the animation will instantly translate to any other character that's a humanoid, right? I love that my little dude has a Holmes hat. Maybe the only one have played the raffle. So, but the downside to using humanoid is that it only works specifically for the body. So if you have any other secondary items, in this case the hat, right, this is where it breaks. So I'm using the humanoid rig, and you can just see the hat just kind of spins, right? It doesn't follow. So the trick to fix that is I switch it from humanoid to generic, and I hit apply. Excuse me. And now if I hit play, you'll see that the hat actually sticks to her hand now, like it should, right? Excuse me. So, and the only downside is that I can't take this animation and translate it to other characters, but I don't care because I'm only using this animation for her, so that's fine. So, So that's it. I just want to explain that real quick. I did notice that, and that's something I have to check on all these animations to make sure that nothing else is breaking. But so that's good. But what I need to do now is actually reincorporate that. Sort of another annoying feature of, and it's not a feature, but it's more of a glitch in my opinion, is so I've just updated the response lose respectful, right? Nice. The head rotate at 360. It's not. Yeah, it looked like it was the head, but it's just a hat that was spinning in place, right? And since it was on top of the head, it made it look like she was doing like a Linda Blair exorcist impression, spinning her head around. Okay, so response lose respectful, which would be this. Excuse me, it's respectful. So it'd be this one, right? But here's the catch. Even though I just made that change in my Mech Anim layout, it didn't update it. This is kind of a quirk if you ask me, but so what I have to do is actually select it, delete it, and put it back in here like this, and then make the transition. So after that animation plays, what it does is then it just goes into the idle animation that loops. So like this. Oh, wait. Lose idle. That's broken. Uh-oh. Is that not correct? I think I found another one that's broken. Check it out. Response. Where's my lose idle? Response lose idle. Oh, interesting. Okay, good. That's another one that's not working correctly. So let me delete that. And then response lose idle. So that's another example where I said that, you know, you can make changes to the animation up here, but it does not apply to the Mech Anim until you actually drag it back in there. And, you know, so you can make a change and think you fixed it, but then you realize after the fact that you actually didn't fix it. That's a quirk. I don't like that at all. But, and then let's see if I do this. Let's see if this works now. Whoa! That's a pop. Alright, so in this is my fault. This is a mistake on my end, where you see this animation where this one finishes. Let me pause this. Right, where the response here, where this finishes, and then the lose idle animation picks up, should be like identical, right? But you can see it pops here. Look at that. So that was my mistake. So my choice is to go back into the animation and update it, or I can just cheat it by just doing a little dissolve here. So, and it'll just kind of dissolve between the two of them. There. So it's subtle, but if you look really close, you can actually see the feet slide just a little bit, but no one's ever going to notice it. So that's the quick way to fix that. All right, let's check these other guys. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, so I need to start that sooner. Like here. Yeah, that's still a little late, so I'm going to push this even further. Yeah, there it goes. That's much better. There's a little bit of slide there, but it's much more subtle now. That's okay. And then we'll check this last one here. Let's see how this looks. Wait, why does it look like it's not actually... Oh no, is it lose idle? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, check this out. Here's another Unity being Unity case. So, this is funny. Because you can see she does that, but when you hear, look, she freezes and she kind of like floats up and down. Can you see this? Here, I'll go big here. Look. See? So she's freezing, but then she's just magically floating up and down. And, excuse me, this is why. This is, man, this is Unity just quirking in my opinion. Because I used that generic, right? So she would actually grab the hat and pull it off. But I'm only using the generic on this one animation. And it does not like dissolving from a generic into a humanoid, which means that I have to take all of these and translate all of them to generic. Or at least, let's see, at least the lose idle. Let's see if I can get away with just updating that one. So if we come to rig, we're going to see humanoid. See, I was exactly right. I left on a humanoid, which it defaults to. So let me switch it to generic. There. So now if we play this one again, it should play fine. Yeah, see, look at that. Instantly fixed. So now she's not frozen, floating up and down. She's actually playing the animation. But by fixing that one, we may have actually just broken the other two. So let's find out. Let's see. What do you think? Is that broken? Oh, Unity, I love you. Okay, let's fix him. Alright, so that was response lose neutral. Oh man. Response lose neutral. Let's switch this to generic. Apply. And part of that was also because there's other things I could set, but let's see if that just fixes that. Oh, and I gotta drag this back down again. And that was response lose neutral. Uh-oh. There it is. Gotta bring it all back down again. Okay, transition. Okay. Let's see if that fixes this one. Yep. Okay. And I think what I have to do just to play safe is I'm going to have to go through all these and mark them all as generic. So, because what I'm concerned about is trying to dissolve. If I play one originally and then that's human, then switch to generic, it actually may break it. Alright, dude, I'm gonna head out. Make some money before the movie starts. Looks like the daytime stream is the way to go. Yeah, I think you're right, buddy. Switching the daytime has definitely helped in terms of hanging out. But cool, man. Good luck. Good luck with the work. Hope you pull in some decent bucks and enjoy Aquaman. And I'll see you at the next meeting. But yeah, Black Soups, good to see you again, man. Hopefully get to see you soon. What's next? The next IGDA or Unity meeting? I'm not sure. But either way, thanks for coming by, buddy. Hope you can come again on Monday. I'll be back here, same time, 1 p.m. Pacific. All right, man. Take care of yourself. Oh, that's broke too. Look at that. All right. So, lose disrespectful. We gotta fix her too. Lose disrespectful. Yep. See you soon. Yep. All right, buddy. Take care. All right. So let's fix her. All these humanoids, I have to switch to generic. And that's annoying. So all this works fine except for the one animation where she grabs the hat, right? And that has to be generic. And that means that all the others have to be generic for it to work in terms of dissolving between them. That's just annoying to me. Okay. So now, yep, looks perfect. Okay. And check these guys out. She's doing that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine as well. But once again, I think all these are okay. But because there's a chance that I can switch between these, I gotta make sure that everyone's on generic. So I'm just gonna go right down all the way. Oh, and that means I gotta replace all of them too. Such a pain. Such a pain. Alright, so where's my taunting idol? Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to update this, switch it from humanoid to generic, and hit save. And I just wish that taunting idol would just update, but it's not, so we have to drag this out one by one. Or do I have... Oh, you know what? That's even worse. Actually, for this guy, I got to do it this way. Because this one I have a animation event on. So, let's see. Actually, you know what? Another restroom break. I've been drinking too much. I get so dry throat, I drink too much. So, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry. I'm back, but, alright. I am back, but I gotta go run and grab the front door. I think it's the old Christmas delivery. And if I don't go there, the dog's gonna bark like crazy. So, give me 1 minute. I'll be back again. Hold on. All right. So, sorry about that. Write it when I come back. Yeah, sure. Okay. How does multiplayer work? No, I don't think I'll be doing a multiplayer co-op. But the multiplayer online, the way that works is you can either play random matches, or you can actually challenge a friend. So, fire that up real quick. I don't know if you had to dash away, but T, if you're still here. So when you do an online game, you can either choose this. If you just choose one of these, then you'll pick up a random match versus somebody, or you can actually come in here and match up with a friend and challenge a friend specifically. But it's always going to be player versus player. I don't know about doing a co-op kind of thing. That would have to be something that would have to be further down the line. Something I come up with much later. So, hopefully you're still around to hear that. Hopefully you didn't dash off. I know for you, it's after midnight, so I understand if it's too late for you. But otherwise, you can always just watch the video. The playback on the Twitch stream there, or the older videos. Okay. Sorry about that. Had a quick restroom break and then got distracted by the front door. Amazon. 'Tis the season to get your Amazon deliveries, right? Okay. So then I gotta go back through all these guys. Alright, so what I was talking about was, and I mentioned this before also the other day, so I'm sorry if this is a repeat for anyone, but so there's two ways to actually add animations to a Mechanim animation state controller and continue to develop this game after it's out. Oh yes, yes. I mean, unless the game bombs terribly, of course, but hopefully that's not going to happen. But yeah, the objective is to actually have it different islands, right? Different island themes. So I've actually even set up the code already. Here, I'll show you. So right here, you can actually right here, the fact that it's asking which island, right? So I've already set this up in a modular fashion that, it will allow for entirely different island themes. I have a list, like I want to do one that's like an alien, one that's like maybe like an 8-bit world, cavemen, military, sci-fi, all the, pirates, all these different island themes. That's what I would love to add. So hopefully, as time goes on, right, there's new islands to grab, entirely different themes. Won't really change the gameplay at all. But, yeah, I if the game is successful, then I will completely be willing to support it, sure. Okay. So, yeah, the more successful it is, the more I can afford to add more stuff to it. So, fingers crossed that it actually succeeds. But with these kind of things, you never know. It's so hard. When the guy was making Flappy Bird, when he started it over the weekend, he didn't go, "Ooh, I'm gonna make $1 million with this." So it's just hard to tell which ones will and won't succeed. Okay, so what I was talking about before was, so there's two ways to add animations to a Mechanim, right? So you can either take it, now this is the whole character by, this is the character with all the geo and all the stuff added to it, and the animation embedded right here in the middle. So I can add it here, right? And I have this taunting idle right here. Now, the problem, though, is that the way these taunts actually get triggered is an animation event that's on the idle. So every time the idle loops back to the beginning, it tells it to go off and play a taunting animation. But if you pull the animation off of the character here, and if we go into animation, you'll see it's kind of hard to see here. If I expand this out there, it says read only, right? So I can't add anything to this. So the only way you can do that, and this is another kind of quirk, I think, but is you actually have to just copy it. And so you take the animation and you hit Control D. So now this animation is just out here floating by itself. But now I can actually, and then delete this because that's not good. Now I can actually come in here and add an animation event. Oops, wrong one. There it goes. So this guy. So I hit this. Now I can say play taunt. And what this will do is the character has a script attached to it. And there's a function called play taunt. Which I can bring up here, why not? Villager. Oh, wait, it's this guy. There it goes. So every time this idle animation plays and it hits this little trigger that I've just created, it plays the play taunt function, which just tells it to invoke one of the animations. And yeah, let's see. It's, oh, and then what it's doing too also is I delay it. I have an offset between 0 and 0.6, so a fraction of a second. I added this because originally when I just had the play taunt command added into it, they were in perfect sync, right? So it was kind of weird. It was like they would kind of sit there for a second and they'd both play like a taunt animation, which looked really funky. So just by adding a little bit of a randomness to that command is enough to make it so they kind of get out of sync, so it looks more natural. And then the actual play taunt, all that does is it comes up and it just looks random range between 1 and 4. And the way Unity works, if you use a whole number, right? I'm using 4, not like a 4.0, 4.2. If it's an integer, then it actually ignores that 4. In other words, the random range is actually truly 1 to 3, which is confusing, I know. This is crazy. So if I do it this way, it's between 1 and 3. But if I go like this, if I say 1 to 4, but as I do it as a floating point, then I'm not sure why it doesn't like that. Oh, because that's an int. Okay. Then this would actually go from actually 1 all the way up to 4, right? Which is kind of quirky. That bit me a few times in the beginning. I couldn't understand why it would never give me that value. So if you wanted to actually go between 1 and 4 as an integer, you'd actually have to change that to a 5. Does that make sense? That's crazy. Anyways, so it chooses a number between 1 and 3, and then it plays that between, and it just plays either taunt 1, taunt 2, or taunt 3. And then I use a crossfade, so it just dissolves. Yes, that does make sense. Cool. You know, so, and I'm just using crossfade, which is just all that does, it dissolves into the animation for 1/10 of a second, which is roughly about 3 frames. So it's nice. So instead of just popping into the animation, it actually does a quick little, yep, it does. Good. Cool. So yeah, so it just does a nice little dissolve into it, and it just makes the animation flow a lot better. Kind of like what I was doing before when I was doing this, when I was showing you these. This is a crossfade as well, right? So that's what it's doing. You know, it prevents it from like having a pop in the animation. You know, that's just night and day difference, man. It just makes your animation look so much better when you just kind of fade from one animation to the other. So anyways, the whole point of that was just so I can create that little animation event, which I did attach to it. So now I can actually drag this guy in, boom, and drop him in there. Crossfade, I know that term. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Crossfade that's definitely borrowed from the old Grass Valley switcher, you know, right? Also used to blow up planets in Star Wars, you know, those classic crossfade bars, right? Yep. High tech at its best. Okay. So then I'm going to drop in the taunt idle, and then I'm going to say set as default. So then when this animation starts up, it starts playing the taunt idle animation right from the get-go. Excuse me. And I don't have to do any, I can make a transition if I want to, right? But then the problem here is that it just automatically goes straight to the taunt 2. That's why I did an animation event. So it randomizes between all 3 of them. And then simply all I have to do is tell it to go back. Boom, like this. There. And now we have a perfect cycle. So now what happens is when it starts off, the character, the mascot, is playing the idle animation. And once it hits that animation event, it triggers one of those taunts to play. And once the taunt finishes, it knows automatically just to go back. You know, no, you will not take me, food coma. Oh, come on, man. I was already jealous enough as it was. Oh, hey, we're out of time. Look at that. We're out of time on the, shoot, I forgot to promote it. Okay, so hopefully I at least had someone join in for the giveaway. Let's check it out here. So I'm sorry. I usually plug it much better just to give people a last chance. Considering we have Z-Doctor is the only one, I'm not going to say this is rigged, but I think Z-Doctor's chances are really good considering he's the only one that entered. So here we go, and look at that. Z-Doctor won. So, okay, since you guys don't seem to be too jazzed on the whole concept of a free game, I will go ahead and just, there he goes. I would just say then, fine, we're done with the giveaways today. We'll just keep talking, okay? So, remind me, I'll have to send Z-Doctor a whisper with the game code since he won that fair and square. But, you know, I'm flattered, actually. I mean, that's very kind that you guys just want to hang out and chat and don't show up just for the free games. I do appreciate that fact. Okay, so now, and I have to try and clean this back up again because whenever you reconnect a transition, by default, it adds this crossfade in there. And hopefully, I don't have to have this because hopefully it's going to work cleanly. Oh. Wait, is taunting? Oh, okay, here's why. That's right, I can go ahead and delete these because I fixed taunting idle, but I've not fixed the taunts yet. The taunt 1, taunt 2, taunt 3. They're still working off of the humanoid rig setup. So let me fix that. So we have fish shake. Yep, humanoid. Let me switch it to generic. Apply. So let me just, I'll delete all these. Taunt. Excuse me. Okay. And let's see, did I name this? Yeah, taunting. Yep. So even though the name here is this funky versus female warrior underscore fish shake, that doesn't matter. All that matters is under the animation tab is that I call this taunting 1, right? And that's all that matters because now when I grab this guy and drag it out, boom, it's called taunting 1. And by giving it a generic name like that, the beauty of it is my code calls, which I just showed you a second ago. See? It doesn't matter which character is there. It could be any one of those villagers. It could be a villager from a different island that I add later on, right? And that won't matter because I'm using a generic name, and that's one of the really cool things about Mechanim in Unity. Apply don't change the animation applied before. It does not change the Mechanim. That's kind of an annoying thing. You have to drag it down every time. So you can make the changes to your animation up here, but Mechanim holds on to anything that it had previously until you drag it back down again. Not crazy about that, but yeah. It's one of those things that there's no way to know sometimes because the naming remains the same. You know, if this is like an old version or if this is the updated version, and that will bite you. You have fixed my game? Is that something you had an issue with? I know, it seems very counterintuitive. You'd think that by making the change up here, that anything you do here, it's like if you change a texture, right? And you come back, you expect that texture to be updated, you know? But nope, that's not the way it works. So let me switch these to, oh, I actually did him already. Oh, that's idle. Alright, so we have the yell and the listening. So let's fix these to generic. Boom, boom. And the yell to generic and apply. There. So now these will work properly. And we'll double check here in just a second. Alright. I have only push apply and think all change in schema like a prefab. And I agree. I mean, it's kind of funny how some things do update and some don't. For example, check this out. Let's see if I can find a good example. Let's see. Oh, here you go. My controller. If I come away and come back. Oh, no, wait. Now it's going to do it? Oh, you lying jerk. I had this for ages, or is it up? Maybe it's in this one? No. So I had an earlier build. I guess I was using what I thought was an earlier build, the same build. But if you rename the name up here like that and just kind of come away, yeah, there it goes. It didn't do it. So that's it. So if you, for example, here, if I take the camera and I type that, right, and then I come down here to select a field. Oh, no, it does it that time. Okay. Maybe if I select away from it. So if I go over here and I come over here, boom. Look at that. It did not update the name. So I could sit there and type like crazy, but if I come over here to select the next item, look at that. It reverted back. So I had a situation where I did that where I had like a bunch of characters I had to rename. So I like click on it, I would type the name, click on the next character, click on the name, and then come to find out none of the names updated, right? So in this case, you have to hit tab or you have to enter. So it's just an inconsistency. But once again, I don't mean to bag on Unity. I mean, it's just their quirks. And just if you're aware of them, then you're fine. But it's just when you're not aware of them that they can really bite you. All right. So you see a bit of a pop. So I'm going to let it do a bit of a crossfade. Yeah, that looks fine now. And, oops. Squish this down. Let's see if I can get away with no crossfade. Nope, it pops. And that's totally my fault. When I did the animation, I just was bad about making sure that the two animation scenes, the animation files themselves, have the exact same matching pose. So that's my fault. Alright. That one looks pretty. And that looks pretty. Good. Okay, so that fixes those. You see, it's kind of time consuming. Let's see, in these. Yeah. Response lose disrespect. This is idle. And, oh, good, these are already. Okay, I did switch these. These are all generic. So the win I need to fix now. You can see the wins, and I can't do... Oh, I can look at that. I didn't know I could do that. I can. Sometimes you could do multi-select and change items, and sometimes it'll just tell you no. In this case, I can. So that's what we're going to do here. All these guys at the same time. Go generic. Boom. All right. And then... drop these down below. Disrespect. I'll do it this way just to make sure that I didn't change the naming convention. Oh, and it did. Look at that. Yeah, see? Okay, I won't do it that way. So, wait. Response when disrespect. Respectful. Where's my disrespect? When idle, neutral, respectful, and where's my disrespect? Ah, there it is. Oh, yeah, this is where it bit me before. So, you can see here I had it respectful, and for the longest time I couldn't find this because the animation would never play in code. And the reason why is because the code was looking for response when disrespect, but I had named this improperly. This is disrespectful. So that's the one thing you got to be very careful about. If you have any kind of discrepancy in the naming convention, it'll break it, and you won't know it. It won't error. It just won't play the animation, and that's the worst. You know, when you see characters supposed to play an animation, it just kind of freezes because it's missing. Okay. So disrespect. And then when neutral. When neutral, that is correct. And then when respect. Yeah, once again, same thing. I had respectful, which is totally wrong on my part. But corrected. So if we drag that down. Good. All right. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yep. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that. And the problem with the dissolves is that you're losing some of your animation because it has to do that transition. So traditionally you want to have as little of the crossfade as you can. So that way you retain as much of your original animation as possible. Actually, I'm going to start sooner on this one, I think. Because she goes into that idle pose and just hangs there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so this is when she loses, but she's, like, respectful. She gives you a nice little curtsy and a hand wave. Yep. Done. All right. Good, good. Okay. Since, I hate to say this, but since I did find some errors on her, I should actually probably make the effort to check my other characters as well. Make sure that, because there's a couple of them that actually take their hats off and stuff. And I need them all to be consistent, otherwise it will break the animation. And just because I haven't triggered her yet doesn't mean that it's perfect. So, let me think about the dwarf, because he does actually pull his helmet off. Let's see. Alright, so then hopefully these guys are all generic. Let's see. Yes. Generic. Oh, this is good. These are all... Okay, so I did this correct the first go round. These are all in generic rig format. Perfect. Good. So there's nothing to fix on him. That's good. Tusk Esports, Ed Boy. Good evening. How are you? Hey, how's it going, Tusk? Thanks for coming by, buddy. How's it going, man? How's your Friday? I'm not sure what time frame it is for you, but it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon for me. Good day so far. Gonna go do some Smash Brothers, Super Smash Mario tonight. Get totally schooled because I have not played it. But I got some friends to go hang out with, so. How's it going with you, man? How are things in your part of the world? I'm just plugging away on my game here. Let's see. Ogre, Wizard, Warrior, Female Warrior. Should I check her? Okay. Let's check to make sure she's all generic. It's all generic. Yep, that's all good. Sweet. It's good. I tried making sourdough bagels, but they they look really dry. It's 605 for you. So yeah, you're more in like the middle of the continent there. You know what? I love sourdough so much that I think I'd still eat them if they were in front of me. That's Noah's Bagels. They're not out here I'm in Las Vegas, but when I was in LA, Noah's Bagels, the sourdoughs, oh man, I love those. Those were so awesome. Yeah. Actually, that's what I had. I had sourdough sandwich for lunch with the sourdough bread. Love me sourdough. That's some good stuff. The stuff you get at the grocery store, at least out here, not quite the same. The best one is the San Francisco. That giant round thing, you know, and you just like rip off a piece of it. And that crust is just like so insane. All right, so now I got a sourdough craving. Crap. Yes, love me some sourdough. Okay. How's it going, man? So, in case you're curious, this is a mobile game that I've been working on for way too long, and I'm in the home stretch. Almost got it done. Excuse me. But in a nutshell, it's basically Angry Birds meets Battleship. It is a local player game, or you can also go online and play online multiplayer, player versus player. And the objective here is, whoops, hit the wrong thing. There it goes. Excuse me. So I say Angry Birds because you target traditionally like Angry Birds does, right? You drag your finger back, launch, and I just missed. So what you're doing is you're trying to take out your opponent's buildings. And as you can see, it's not turn-based. That's the first thing, is that I'm an arcade player. So I made a game that I wanted to play, which is basically real-time action kind of stuff. And then these pop up occasionally, these crates. These are power-ups. And whoever shoots it first scores it. So I'm going to go after it here. Boom. So for 15 seconds, you can see my opponent now has his guys just snoozing. They're sleeping. He can do nothing except watch me work. So there's no countdown. So I got another 7 seconds before he can start firing again. There he goes. And the objective is you want to take out all the bouncing buildings, because the bouncing buildings actually power that force field. So if you knock all those buildings out, force field goes down, you can hit the catapult, and it's game over. Alright, I'm going to roll the dice here, see if I can take out the buildings before he gets a chance to knock that one out. Oh! So even though he hit me, and he got that power up, my shot got off in time. I was able to take out his building. So there you go. That was a bang bang finish there. Alright, and they're getting chased off. So that's, in a nutshell, that's what the game is all about. These secondary items, like the sheep, the corn, and the hay, those come into play when you play online matches. The more stuff you destroy, the more coins you actually win. When you play matches, you play for coins. And the coins you use for also for unlocking new characters, which you can see here. So you have these other characters. Minor change in traits. It's not a situation where you can just like get a super powerful guy and you can just dominate. This is like basically much more of a cosmetic change than anything else. But that's it. And you can also change out your launcher. So you start off with just a generic kind of looking launcher, but you can also change it for these characters. Excuse me. Once again, it doesn't really change the gameplay. It just gives you some bonuses in terms of you win more coins. But that's it. And then I say Angry Birds meets Battleship because you can actually change the layout. You can actually put the buildings wherever you want, just like that. And you can actually, if you want to do it manually, you can just drop them in one by one, like that. Once you get everybody in place, just hit save. Hit save. There he goes. And then you just got your customized layout. All your buildings are exactly where you want them to be. So, there you go. So that, in a nutshell, that is what the game is all about. Neat. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So it's just, I basically, there's not a game out there. You guys can tell me. Let me know if there's a game you go, oh yeah, this is just like this game, blah blah, right? Let me know, because I mean, I'm making a game that I wanted to play myself. Basically, this is, you know, I'm much more into. I don't do Clash of Clans. I don't do RTS. I'm much more trigger happy. I want to be able to control the action. So for me, being able to play stuff in real time is much more exciting. So that's kind of why I made the game, and I'm hoping there's an audience. I mean, I'm kind of rolling the dice, you know, because I'm not going into a market that's pre-established. You know, we'll see if the game does catch on or not. But at this point, I'm so invested that it doesn't matter. I got to finish it now. So let me check the wizard to make sure that I didn't miss anything on him as well. Okay, so what I'm checking now is just there's a couple ways to set up a rig in Unity. You can either do it as a humanoid, so the animation will translate on all different sizes and shapes of characters, but you're limited if he interacts with any other things. In this case, a hat. Humanoid will actually break. So in that case, you have to switch it to a generic. And the problem is I had one of my other characters, I had a mix and match, or I had some of them were generic and some were humanoid, and the animations wouldn't transition. So I'm just going back and making sure that all my different guys are correctly set to generic. And let's see, it looks good. Everyone's set. Yep. Oh, let's see. Check these guys. Generic. Good. Okay, all my guys are set correctly. Awesome. So, I didn't have to fix any of those guys. That's really good news for me. And I haven't done a plug lately, so if you guys toss this out there. If you guys want to hang out with me offline, there is my Discord. I have my own channel, of course, and I've been doing the stream for what, almost. Let's see, I'm actually 2 months now. I started in October, so I just started doing this. The game has been in development for 3 years, though I've been working on it for total probably a year and a half over that 3 years. But and then I've been just kind of showing it off here for the last 2 months, letting you guys check it out and offer your thoughts. But that's it. There's that. And oh, so if you are an Android user, check this out. I'll send you a link here. You can actually check out a beta version on Google Play. It's still got some issues. Uh-oh. Don't look now. I'm being attacked. What? It's only 4:12. Dinner isn't for another 2 hours, buddy. Come on. You're early. You're such an attention. Okay. Yes. Okay. You good now? I have to give her a pet here. Okay. You good? There you go. Okay. We'll take it on PC's Android EMU. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know what? That is something you could do. I didn't even realize that was an option until recently. When I was Pup. Yeah, that's Penny. Psycho Penny. I call her Psycho Penny. She's about 1.5 years old, and she is full on nutty. Yeah, she's my baby. She's my fur baby. But yeah, I didn't realize you could even pull that off with the Android EMU stuff. I mean, I'm so buried in the Unity world that I didn't realize that the emulators worked that well. But when I was in LA and I was spending my nights doing my streams at a game cafe, great place called Blue Screen Gaming in Culver City, the owner, David, was saying, you could actually just do this on the PC, and he fired it up. It's kind of like, good to know. So yeah, I guess there is an alternate way to pull that off. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, definitely give it a look and offer me feedback. I even have the little, I don't actually, the send feedback button is missing off of the current Google Play version, but in the next update, that'll definitely be there. So if you find something, you know, can you host the APK? Can you not actually get it off of the Google Play site? I mean, I could just stash it somewhere on a link, but I'm not even sure if I have. I'm hesitant to give you a current APK build because it's in total flux. The one that's on the Google Play Store right now is more stable. So I'm not sure. So this is the feedback that I just added recently. So you can just like add this stuff, hit send, and it just gets emailed off to me. So if you find stuff, when you find stuff that's broken, you can do that. Excuse me. We'll ask if not. Okay. Yeah, let me know. I mean, worst case is I can do that. I can just put it on my website and put a link to it, but I don't swear that it's going to behave as well, because I'm right in the middle of changing a bunch of stuff. But let me know. Yeah, if you can't pull it off of the Google Play Store, please let me know, and then I will do it that way. I will just put it on my website, and I'll send you guys a link, and I'll post it. Since you guys are hanging out with me, I'll actually just post it here. You know what? Let me just go ahead and start that. What do you say? Although actually I got a new server. I'm not even sure. Jeez. I just changed servers for my website. I'm not even sure how... I'm not even sure how to get the FTP on it. I don't even know if I've set that up yet. You know what? I think nope. I'm going to have to wait on that because this is a new PC and I've not actually even set up FileZilla on this beast. So I don't even have FTP access to my own website at the moment. So I will correct that. So by Monday, I will have that up and ready. So T, come back definitely by Monday if you can't get it working. You have a website. Absolutely. Check it out. There you go. ScaryRobot.com. Hence the name. That you can check out some of my old previous games. Some of them are a bit dated. I think Apple's threatening to actually pull one of them down because I haven't updated it recently, and I gotta try and update it when I get the time. But as a quick aside, so you see the Scary Robot name and the Scary Robot games. If you're curious where the name came from, it's because, as I alluded to before, I've been doing animation in Hollywood for 20 years now. right? Excuse me. And Apple can Apple can suck it. Yeah, I know, but they're still, Android hasn't quite killed them yet. So as I was saying, so I've been doing animation for 20 years, right? And I've been very fortunate to still being able to get animation jobs, which delays the game development, but it helps pay for the game development. But it sort of became a running joke for the longest time. The only thing I ever seemed to animate. So if you go back, I think it's on Amazon these days, but if you go back and watch the Battlestar Galactica, I animated the Cylons, the robots, for the first season, right? And a little bit in season 2 as well. And then I animated Terminator on the TV series The Sarah Connor Chronicles, and then I animated the evil robots from Falling Skies. I animated Transformers for War of Cybertron video game. So somebody made the joke, and it was kind of funny. They said, "Do you animate anything besides scary robots?" And that became a running joke. So I realized my company had to be called Scary Robot. So there you go. So there's the context of why my company is actually called Scary Robot Games, because I do a lot of animation for scary robots. So there you go. If you're curious. If not, sorry I subjected you to that, but there you go. But yeah, scaryrobot.com, that is my website, so you can check out my other games there. Oh yeah, and then also, sorry, I didn't even think to mention, there is a very old version of Volley Village that you can play on a web browser on a PC. It is very, very outdated, because the problem with the WebGL build is there's a lot of differences. So it's not just traditionally the way Unity works is you go like this. You go to build settings and you just click on whatever format you want to be, which is fantastic. I love this. You want to make a PC game? No problem. Apple? No problem. Android? WebGL. And by and large, if you just hit switch platform, boom, your game is ready to run on that other platform. But WebGL, not so much. There's some other things, especially the multiplayer plugin that I'm using completely breaks with WebGL, which means that I have to make sure that none of that code goes out, otherwise it just crashes. So I've been kind of lazy about updating the WebGL version. So if you go to volleyvillage.com, or if you go to Scary Robot and click on the Volley Village icon, you can actually play the game. It's kind of cool. You can actually play 2-player in the web player version. One gets the keyboard and one gets the mouse. So you can actually have 2 people, which I guess I didn't show that, did I? If you have a big enough tablet, you can actually do that where, check this out, you play side by side. There you go. So this is what a 2-player game looks like. So you can do it like this and just, boom, like that, like that. So if you guys want to play at the same time and don't want to go online, or if you don't have an internet, you can still play each other. And I've been taking this to I've been taking this to various conventions for show and tell, and just, for game testing. And it is so funny watching people, like on the same machine, right, side by side. And you get the person that starts falling behind, they just start getting pissed and they start going like this, just push the other person out of the way, right? That's a great strategy, Well, it's also a great way to lose friends really quickly. But, so this is the 2-player mode. You can see I pull the camera far back, so that way you have enough room to actually drag your finger back and not run out of real estate. So, there you go. So if you go on to the WebGL version, you can actually do that. Like I said, one person using the mouse and one person using the keyboard to just kind of like point with the space bar and the arrow keys. So, if you want to give that a look, you can check it out there. Or if you have Android, go to Google Play and you can download the beta. And hopefully, if I don't talk so much and work more, I will have a finished version that you guys can actually play and be done and unleash it upon the world. So, okay, so let me check my list here. Where are we at? Oh, man, we're already at 4:20. Okay, so I normally say that I go to 4-ish. So let me see if there's anything else I can tackle in the meantime, or if I should go ahead and just maybe call it a day. Let me check. Let me see. That's kind of working okay. So, yeah, the one thing I need to fix, which I'm not going to be able to do through Unity, as I mentioned before, is the leaderboard. Right now, there is a quirk. So if I hit leaderboard, it only grabs for... There should be at least 30 or 40 here. And, oh, now it's down to 3. Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's even more broken. And it's the plugin I'm using. I love this plugin called Kombu, and it's just an issue where I need to update my server, and I'm having some technical issues with getting the server updated. But that has nothing to do with the Unity. This isn't anything I can do with the code here. This is something I have to go to my remote machine. I'm using Amazon, like most people, AWS. So I have to log in that machine, and I don't want to bore you guys with that stuff because that's going to be a bunch of trial and error. So I'm not going to try and tackle that now. Let me see if there's anything else that's fixed. Wow, guys, I actually made a lot of good headway today. I had, did some texture fixes and some other things. The next big thing I need to tackle, which I think I'll try and work on over the weekend. If not, I will definitely jump on it Monday, and you guys can hang out with me if you want to see that. But yeah, so the selecting villagers, this all works exactly like it should. This is all locked in stone. This is all behaving correctly. Same for the launchers, although actually I don't have this unlocked, so it just gives me the message that I have to earn more before I can get to these guys. But I know these are working, so that's good. So I can select the launcher. By default, you get him. Editor, that's been working for ages, so there's nothing to deal with there. And the icons, this is where I need to address. This is the last big chunk that's still pending. So I'm going to try and devote some time to that this weekend, get that going. But if not, if I don't finish it, then I'll probably tackle this on Monday. But so here's what it will look like. Icon selection. Let me zero this out. Oops. Why did that not? Interesting. Oh, because I'm paused. There it is. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to have all these little personalized icons that you can unlock through your gameplay. And this will allow you to sort of like personalize. Let's play, man, in beta. I would love to. Unfortunately, this is terrible. I so got to get this updated because the version number that you're going to play there is different than what I have. And so that, yeah, I'm up to 5.6, and I've made changes with the player data. So we tried this on Wednesday. Someone else was saying, let's play, and unfortunately we couldn't connect because I broke some stuff. I had updated. So tell you what, I promise that I will. I have an Android. I will go ahead and do an update this weekend. I will update the beta on Google Play. So you grab the 5.6 version. Now we may have to do something where you purge out your data, the cache data, so it will create a new character, so that way that we know we're perfectly in sync. But let me do that. I won't do this now, but by Monday I will have an updated beta on Google Play, and yeah, and then we can actually give it a try. So I can't think of anything else I want to tackle here. And this might be a good cutoff point. So yeah, that's been here 3.5 hours. You guys got to be tired of listening to me talk by this point, right? Let's see, Google Play, I got to dial that back in, but that's going to be a bit more of a task than just a simple fix. But yeah, so I'll show you my to-do list here. Let me delete these. But yeah, this is what's remaining of my to-do list. I don't know if you can see this. I know the text is kind of small. I'm sorry about that. But so the high score stuff, which I just showed you, I need to fix my server. The set up the excuse me, the icons, right? Which is that table I just showed you. I got to set up the code for all that. Google Play integration. Excuse me. I had it dialed in before, but then it broke a bunch of stuff, and I had to yank out all the wiring. So I have to. Hopefully, this is just gonna be a matter of turning off the remark statements and letting all that code come back to life. Set up the random card. So the way this works is when you play games, you win these unlock cards that allow you to actually get access to the characters, which you can see on the launchers. Yeah, so these locks right here represent that. So if I click on that, it says you have to earn 4 more cards, and cards come about just from random match plays. doesn't cost anything. It's just from the normal play. And then once that happens, once you do it, then you can actually do that. So I added these unlock cards. The purpose of that was to prevent someone from just going through and just unlocking everything right at the start of the game. You know, I want you to have something to work towards, you know, and there's incentive to keep playing the game because you want to unlock more of these characters as well. And I have not integrated the unlock cards yet. I have to work on the math on that to figure out how frequently those cards will show up and how it chooses which things to unlock. So those unlock cards will work for launchers. They'll work for the villagers, and also it'll work on unlocking the icons as well. So I need to integrate that, but that's going to be a bit of a chore, so I'm going to save that for next week. Oh yeah, next week is actually Christmas, isn't it? It's but it's on the, okay, so that's on the 25th. So guess what? I think I may, depending on how things go, how crazy it gets around here in the household, but I may actually do a regular broadcast all next week. I won't promise it, but I may actually still be here Wednesday, but I'll definitely be here Monday. So you guys can come back, hopefully. A lot of people already play it. Yeah, I noticed that. Actually, on Google Play, it says it has it says 100 plus downloads. I'm not exactly sure what the number is. I guess I could look it up myself manually, but yeah, that is a cool sign. Considering I have not really publicized it. I mean, excluding the last 2 months where I've been, you know, doing the stream here, where I do kind of pimp it a little bit. But yeah, hopefully that's a good sign. Yeah, I'm looking forward to find out the result, man. I mean, because this is, like I said, this is 3 years worth of plugging away. Well, year and a half stretched over 3 years. I definitely want to clarify that. But, you know, as I just showed my to-do list, I mean, you see how short it's getting. You know, if I get all those things addressed. Oh, and then, yeah, I need to integrate this with the launchers. When you unlock these guys, the reward for unlocking them, number one, you get a cool-looking character. That's kind of fun to see. And number two, when you play matches, you get extra coins, right? So there's just like an incentive to want to get these guys. But that's pretty much it, man. If I get those in place and dialed in, then it's officially 977 for me. Wait, 977 as in like 977 people actually downloaded it? Oh, for the user number, I'm guessing maybe? Okay. Yeah, and well, I've taken this to a lot of, I was doing some tests also at one of the gaming centers over here, and I was doing like these little quasi tournaments, so I had a bunch of people jump in and give it a try there as well. But, yeah, I'm excited, guys. I mean, this is a long time coming, but I'm excited to see my mandatory to-do list really shrinking down. And then what I'll probably do is, once it's in beta, is I'll focus on doing a gameplay trailer. So I don't know if that'd be interesting for you guys or not, but that'll be a bit of a time sink. So I'm probably going to be showing that on some of the future streams, where I'm working out all the animations and all the editing to create a finished product for that. But once I get the game trailer wrapped up, and if the beta goes well, then we get the game out the door, and I can move on to the next game. Which, yeah, I'm sorry I've been teasing it for forever, but I'm not quite ready to make the big announcement. It's going to be a pretty interesting game. It's going to be based on a very famous character from sci-fi who's been around for 50 years, but has never had a game focused on it before. So that's my tease. But that's coming up, but not for a while. But I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. Like I said, these remaining items on my list, which I just lost. Where did it go? Yeah. So these few items are going to be a chunk of time, so there's no reason for me to jump into it now. But unless you guys have something else you guys want to chat about, I may pretty much stop down at this point. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I definitely want you guys to come back and visit with me Monday. Thank you for everyone, the new follows. I really appreciate that. If you like what you see here and you want to hang out with me and you want to know when I'm broadcasting, I'll tell you right now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I start at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Translate that to wherever you are in the world. And I go to 4 o'clock my time, which at this point I'm at 4:30. So I say 4-ish. But yeah, if you want to, definitely give me a follow on here so it can let you know when I'm back online again, in case you don't know what time I'm there. But also, if you want to hang out with me offline, there's my Discord. So I have a Discord server, so join me, my Scary Robot server on Discord. So give me a shout there. I do my blatant plug for Twitter. So there's the my Twitter, which I confess this every time. I'm not a big Twitter user. I completely neglect it. But, you know, if you want to hit me up there, you can as well. And last but not least, actually, I guess I'll do one more time. I'll do a webpage. I should create a link for that in my cheat sheet, but in the meantime, Scary Robot, make sure I didn't mistype that. Nope, that's correct. So if you want to check out some of my previous games, you can go to my website, Scary Robot. And finally, if you have an Android, give it a check. You can actually play a beta version on Google Play. You can download it right now. Or if you come to my website, you can actually play it in a WebGL form. So, okay, guys, I think that's going to do it. Thank you again. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys make it so much more enjoyable to do this stuff because, as you see, I'm literally a bedroom coder, you know. So for me, just kind of here with the dogs, it's always nice to have you guys chatting away with me. So thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for all the conversations, and I hope you guys will come back on Monday. But until then, you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you then. All right. Take care, guys. Adios.